gerbils in his pants.
The B580 was the first GPU launch in years that people were genuinely excited about, and Intel is hoping to keep that hype train chugging along with the new, cheaper Intel Arc B570. It's a slightly cut down version of the B580, and today we're looking at the ASRock Challenger OC version. And, it's a GPU. Who would have expected? In the box we also got quick installation guides and a warranty notice, and that's about it. It's a nice, reasonably sized card, which I'm happy to see because some of the AIB designs for card, you get a piece of slot cover, I don't know. There's what is there to say about a graphics card on the B580, but I don't really think that that's an 80. This is 10 gigabytes of GDDR6 memory versus the 12 gigabytes found on the B580, and it's still based on Intel's Xe2 architecture. The new Xe2 architecture comes with basically improvements to every single possible part. It is quite the change over the original Xe architecture that's found on the Alchemist series of GPUs, and it has caused a massive uplift in performance. And
Sarah, listen, here's the deal, and here's what you probably don't realize, Sarah. All right, over at Kino Casino, that's how that goes. What Sarah is saying is, she says, were you disappointed that when you were doing Smart Guys earlier that it was derailed by so many cries for support? Well, if you didn't notice, that's actually how they operate over on Kino Casino. For those who don't know, Kino Casino probably makes 3 times as much money as I do. Just being honest, okay? That's
honestly, that looked 3 times as boring as hell.
Botrix has correctly joined the channel.
Himself top 7 worst excuses for driving, doing don't pull in.
Orlando's best variety of the 80s, 90s, and today. Magic 1077.
Oh, Michael Jackson! Michael Jackson! Oh my God, this is the Thriller. You gotta dance to it, sir. I know you got it. In this time, you got to dance because it's so bad. You know what I mean? The atmosphere is bad, so you gotta dance with it. I know. I know it's loving. So why call on me? It's loving. This music. Real that night. It was locked for freezing. You cannot come up.
thought she was gonna throw it down, honestly. Or I should say throw it back, excuse me. Alright. Let's go ahead and continue with our Dynasty Warriors Marathon.
2013 video card with 1280 shaders. It's got 2 gig of VRAM running at 1150 megahertz on the core clock, 1500 megahertz on the memory clock, 256 bits bus width, DirectX 11, and today we're gonna pet it up with this i7-6950X with 10 cores and 20 threads. For an awesome video card like this, we just need to jump in a couple of games and see how it holds. Let's go. Let's start with Battlefield 3 and see how it's running with this video card and the system on 1080p with ultra details. Very impressive performance from this computer with this video card. I got 42 degrees. 42 degrees with the 270X. I mean, it's got only 2 gig of VRAM, not a big problem in the situation, but the most important thing is to see how it holds, you know. I'm on ultra, you know, with Battlefield 3. This is a great game to actually test this video card. Considering what age is this video card, you know, 2013, I will say Battlefield 3, it's very appropriate, you know. 1.8 gig of VRAM utilized in this case. Maximum core load in... Yes. Now, in this situation, you can clearly see that the video card is capable of delivering the FPS. There is no problem on utilizing this video card in this game. Appropriate resolution, appropriate quality, and yeah, job, baby! Not a single problem with this hit. The only thing I'm curious is how the system is doing. 20% load on the CPU with 6.5 gig of system RAM utilized. Not a big problem in this case, but you need to understand this is an awesome performance from both of the CPU and the GPU. No, don't break my tank. Don't break. Get inside, Daniel. Go inside. Oh. Excited. I got the last kill. Your team lost. Oh no. I tried to put Battlefield 1 on ultra with 1080p. Look at the performance in this case. 48 FPS, 50 FPS. Dude, the game looks insane. 99% load. Oh my god. What the is going on here? Look at it, it's full! The performance, it's almost there, you know. I got like 300 watts consumption. By the way, I got like 20 watts minus because I got an UPS put in the computer in order to stabilize the voltage here. Ups and down and everything is insane. Oh my god, the explosion is everywhere. There's a random fire here. So I'm on ultra details with 100% render scale on 1080p. I think I have to swap to high details and see if it's going above 60 FPS. If it's not going, then I'm in trouble because I have to put lower quality. Look at this. I think I have to go on medium details.
Wait, hang on.
Medium details.
Who the fuck is this?
Oh, let's see how it's holding here with medium details. Alright, I'm on medium details with this. Oh, definitely working really nice. Holy smoke, you can break the buildings here. Look at it, it still holds 70 FPS. Now it's on 1.8 gig of VRAM utilized. That's actually good on the VRAM side because
it looks like one of the
it was
Hurricanes.
near 2000 megabytes of VRAM utilized.
Dynasty Warriors
Not
suck.
bad.
Excuse me.
I played a little now on medium details apparently, and it doesn't drop below 60 FPS. That's the most important thing because in this case, if you want to play the game on 1080p, you need the medium resolution in order to have the game on good frame time. 13 ms in this situation. This is an awesome performance from this video card. If we're jumping in Forza Horizon with this video card, I'm gonna see that the VRAM is not enough, seriously. 2 gig of VRAM in Forza doesn't cut it, seriously. I got 250 watts consumption from this. I put performance on FSR in order to get 30 FPS because it's very hard on this computer to actually get any FPS with this video card, seriously. Maximum core load 41 degrees, even though it's maxed out on the core. I don't understand that, but I got like 30 FPS. Now if I use VSync half, I think I can keep it on 30 FPS, maybe put 900p and get a console experience, you know, who knows. Nevertheless, in this situation with this video card, you can clearly see it's not possible to play the game. Very hard on the video card. I mean, it looks okay-ish, you know, if I don't move super fast. If I move super fast, you can see the FSR and the blurriness and the artifacts. Okay, it's dropping below 30 FPS. Very hard to control the car. Then I started seeing those pixelation from FSR. I'm on performance. There is ultra performance, but I don't think I'm gonna get too much FPS from that. On the system side, I got nearly 14 gig of system RAM utilized with less than 20% on the CPU. Not a big problem there. Even on the temperature side, it's around 40 degrees. But if I come here in the woods, you can actually see the performance and the glitchiness from FSR. Very horrible quality, seriously, on this occasion. It's not possible with this video card to play Forza. Imagine jumping in Cyberpunk with this video card. I mean, I got 1.8 gig of VRAM utilization, 99% load. I'm on 1080p with FSR turned on in order to get 40-50 FPS. Look at this. I got 50 FPS. Yeah, I can adjust this, you know. I can put like 900p or 720p with frame generation. It's horrible, you know, but because of the age of the video card, I just wanted to come in the game and see how it's performing. Seriously, I got nearly 300 watt consumption from this, minus 20 from that UPS. In this situation, you can see the video card, it's almost giving me 60 FPS. I love it. I love the performance this video card is offering. Seriously, 99% load on this core with 46 degrees in this situation with 50% power on the fan, 2500 RPMs, and it's cooling this video card properly. I love it, seriously. I love the performance this video card is offering here. What an awesome performance. On the system side, I got like 12.4 gig of system RAM, around the 30-40% load in this case. Not bad when considering what resolution I have and what video card I'm using. Seriously, 2013. I mean, the age of the video card is telling me everything. It is working, you know, 40-50 FPS. I think adjusting the resolution will be quite adequate, you know. VRAM is maxed out here. The moment you start walking around the city, the moment you absorb the details from the city, you're gonna reach maximum VRAM. But all I can say is that I'm shocked, you know. I got like under 20 ms in this case with this video card. I mean, you can feel the FSR around you whenever you're moving. It's very hard, but yeah. You know, I just wanted to show you how it's performing in Cyberpunk. An old video card with versus Cyberpunk. Not bad for the video card's age. Seriously, not bad. Counter-Strike 1080p performance mode on Fidelity FX with low details. In this situation, I got like 1.8 gig of VRAM utilized. Maximum core load in this case with this video card. 43 degrees. I'm actually you are very surprised how this video card is working. Seriously, I'm very surprised. Doesn't matter. I like the performance. I like how it's utilized here in this situation, this video card. I think the best thing I can do for this video card is just put more details or disable Fidelity FX. But the moment it drops below 70-80 FPS, it's not worth it, because if it's dropping below that, without Fidelity FX, this video card is gonna go under 60 FPS, and that's not okay. But you see, it's 70-80 FPS, so Fidelity FX in this case is mandatory. I like the performance that I get with this type of settings. In this situation, I can say that if I reach 100 FPS and I have a higher
Wow, so good, keep going, you are cooking.
FPS, it's gonna be
Thank you, bro.
good in this case with this video card. It's got a lot of
I'm
perks
definitely
and
cooking,
so
bro.
this
I'm
video
cooking
card can
these
be utilized
my.
to deliver that
I'm
performance
effortless,
to
bro.
the monitor.
These yellow
I love the
tribans.
performance here. On the system side,
Yeah, this
doesn't
guy's
have any
cooking me, though.
problems. 10.5 gig of system RAM, 20-25% load on the CPU with less than 40 degrees. Seriously, in some cases it's 45, 48. It's depending
You won
on the core
hashtag in
and
this game, woohoo.
the situation. In this situation with this computer, you can actually see that the system doesn't have any problem, but the GPU is doing a fantastic job, and I like it. 100% load on this GPU with 1.7 gig of
200 watt.
VRAM utilized, and it's awesome. In GTA 5 Online,
That's 300 kills.
apparently you can get nice FPS.
Like I
This
say, the
is
people
one of the
I
situation
kill
in which the
just
video card
Try
increases.
does a
going
fantastic
1000
job
again.
on actually delivering the
I'll
FPS
try.
videos. I got 1.7 gig of VRAM utilized here in order to push me this FPS online. I got 70-80%
Thanks.
load on the core of the video card with 44 degrees. GTA 5 we knows how
No
to
promises
utilize the
though,
system.
because
I
this
know the
match is
performance
pretty
it's offering here, but
pretty
for some
small.
reason it doesn't max out the video card in this case. I mean,
Can I
it's
get a
doing
horse?
fantastic job with the video card. I think in this situation the CPU is the problem because I got 100 FPS. You know, I'm not complaining, but where's that other resource?
Single player or multiplayer.
It's 25, 30%.
Each one has its own
I don't understand
advantages.
it, seriously. Sometimes it's doing a fantastic job, the CPU. Sometimes it's not. Maybe the CPU is.
So both are good.
Okay,
Listen, the garage is different. How much? 99 FPS, 100 FPS, 1.7, nearly 1.8 gig of VRAM utilized. Maximum code load in the garage is maxed out. I like the performance this video card has got here. Even if it's 70% load, the moment there is a little more.
Single player make you feel like a hero. Multiplayer make you feel like a
in front. And then when it's loaded, it's not gonna drop below
hero, I guess.
unplayable FPS.
But not in the same terms. Not a scripted hero, an actual hero, I guess.
I think I have to go on low details in this case. Not gonna lie, this is
However, multiplayer games have pay to win.
This game is offering,
Single
but
player have
yeah, I definitely need more FPS in this
no
case.
microtransactions, at
KLL
least most of the
boss.
time.
Look at this, look at this, look at this. Looks so good, seriously, with medium details. VRAM utilization is maximum. Code utilization is maximum. This is the first time I'm saying 52 degrees. Apparently this game knows how to utilize this video card. I mean, in this situation, you can see that the video card is doing a fantastic job, you know. You need around 60 FPS in this case.
Hega
but,
Horsey.
not a big problem for
I don't know what that
but
means.
the only
Hega
problem
Horsey.
is that I need more FPS. And since around 60 FPS, it does the job with 310 watts consumption, you know, in this case with the video card and the system. By the way, on the system side,
300, you the best man.
system RAM utilized.
Thank
And,
you, bro.
yeah, not bad. I got
So,
this
thanks to
top
your
one with
support.
1080p with everything turned on at maximum. I got 60 FPS, nearly 70 FPS on average. I got maximum code load in this situation, 300 watts, but I'm looking opposite to the city.
You want me to go for 1,000? I
What I
got you.
didn't understand. Smiley
I got
face.
48 FPS, 49 FPS. Let's put it like this, yeah? 2008 game.
I don't know, man. My microphone is dog shit. Or maybe it's just me.
Between the game and the video card. This is not a high-end video card, you know, it's not the best online video card. But you can say a mid-range video card, after 5 years, you can max out the game. No? Yeah, apparently no. You know, 5 years from now, with Stalker 2, you say a mid-range video card. can
350
max out
Alrida.
the game on maximum details, you know, 1080p.
Oh, you're really happy about this counter, huh?
It was 1440p and mid-entry with 4K. But 1440p, I think it was a decent resolution in that time, you know. It's a decent performance. There's no discussion. I can adjust the game in such a way so I can get the best performance from this video card, you know, with the best output from the game with this hardware, you know. You can customize it, but I'm on maximum details with enhanced light on 1080p.
Can I help them?
This is a decent
Don't-
Save.
you know, for this game.
We got plenty of healing, bro. I'm tanked as fuck. They can have me as much as they want to.
You know, that 2008, this game was made for 1080p maximum. That's it. Nearly 60 FPS on average. The quality is insane. So yeah, can't say nothing bad about it because it's actually doing the job. Everything I maxed out in the game. 1080p. You can put higher resolution if you're interested, but in this situation you can see 1080p.
Oh, he's trying to run away. This poor thing.
It will have been a
Circles
decent,
yippee.
resolution. On this situation with maximum details, the video card is doing a fantastic job. The quality is here. 50% load on the video card. Only 1.3 gig of VRAM utilized, 47% fan power, and 2,300 RPM in this case. I like the video card, how it's performing here. With 240 watts consumption from the wall, from the computer.
Ure I
Minus
castles
20
open.
For the UPS, so I can
Yeah,
stay
we're gonna
on
get
the
his ass, bro.
computer.
Come here.
Don't have any problems. There's a couple of problems in the network, and I keep hearing the mouse on off, you know. And I realized it was the amps in the computer, you know. So I'm not saying nothing. The moment I put the UPS, everything is.
Get out of here.
It's just something weird, you know, that I managed to discover on the plugs on my network. In this situation, I can say I have decent performance. By like 220 watts. See?
You cooking this game, to be honest.
And yeah, I'm just doing a fantastic
Thank
job.
you, bro.
It's not being utilized, only 50%.
Plenty of years of
Core
experience.
the video card, 1.4 gig of RAM
This is
memory,
what
and, yeah,
being a gamer for 20 years does to you.
with automated fan power. You know what I'm saying?
Makes
So
you
I
a
set up
sore
the
loser in real life, but a
so
good
if you reach this
gamer at
temperature,
least.
you go on this power. If you reach this
Are these
temperature, you go
zombies?
on this power. Now,
I
this
think
thing
these are
is
ghosts.
48%
They're
power
supposed to be
with
ghosts.
2400
They can't.
It's keeping the video card down.
People can't see them, but only I can see them. They're like
But see,
hidden
you
enemies.
can't say nothing because it's a
Okay,
Sapphire.
thanks.
It's got a huge radiator, and the video card is decent. And I think it's got the boost. It's got a button on top of Sapphire, and you can put
See, I don't think they can see them.
lock it or something. I don't know. I don't know why is that button there, but it doesn't matter. All I can say in this game with this video card, it will be a fantastic experience. Can't believe I'm playing
Weird.
this game with maximum details. One, it looks gorgeous. You know, I got an R9 with 290 or something.
QH, why can't you see them?
290, and it looks the same. It's
I said I can see them, but
wow, it looks fantastic. Seriously.
my friends or my allies can't see them. They're like nightmares, I guess.
You put on the side, and they can still perform really well. The whole R9 is fantastic. You know, can't say nothing bad about
Oh,
it.
sorry,
All of a
misunderstanding though.
sudden, they are very cheap on the market.
Well, I don't
So
blame
if
him.
you
There's
want
another
an old
dude
GPU
talking
and
in
you
the
decide,
background.
You know what? I want to restore an old machine. It's got a decent power supply. You know, it just needs a video card and a CPU or the GPU or whatever. You can get one like this, and you can put
Who is
some
that
old
guy?
titles on the machine. It's very
There's a
important
guy who
because
reviews
there's
computer
apparently
tech.
the new computers are very expensive. Video cards.
You can tell by his accent he's pretty Russian.
$1,000 for a video card and a computer, you know.
Oh, so PPL can watch.
Building up machines
If they got bored, they can, I guess,
restoring old
watch it.
computers, I think it's a good spot.
I'm Slovakian.
You
Sad
use it,
face.
You don't use it.
For real?
Usually I do this and I give them away. You
That's
know,
pretty
it's
cool.
Super cheap. It's good to have.
I thought you were like Romanian or something.
In my situation with this video card, it was cheap.
But live in Denmark.
Appreciate having it.
Oh, that's even better.
To play with this video card a little more.
Spall.
Test other games.
What
There's
did you call
always
me?
other games to
Sad
test on
face.
the video cards. So all I can say, it's a very nice video card. And
I
you
ain't
can
got
pick
it
it
on.
up online. Do I recommend it? This model Sapphire.
I just
yes.
thought you were
Do I
Romanian.
recommend an R9 270X. Yeah.
Random guess. I know.
If you have access to other video cards on the same value and you're more efficient, go for
you
the
stop
efficient one.
back
If you think it's
seating
not,
me?
and you can find this video card cheap and there's nothing like else, go for it and get one just in case you need it one time. You know, when you do, your brand new video card breaks down, it's worth it. Just don't let it go to scrap. That's it. They look fantastic. You know, the video card looks fantastic and it's not worth it. Yeah, I recommend it. I like it. And I
Backflashing.
will definitely have stuff to do with this video card. And can't wait to test other games. If you have any suggestion for the video card or for the system, make sure you leave a comment, smash that like button, and I will definitely see you very soon.
Where the hell is it? I'm confused.
Greetings everyone, and welcome back to another installment in the Irish series. A series in which we investigate rather dubious tech products sold on various sites.
I might lose this one.
They're any good, and most of the time they're not, but I like to buy this stuff so you don't have to. And this marks the first episode of I Wish in 2025, and I hope to deliver plenty more I Wish episodes during 2025, but the first one that we have is something very unique. You've seen in the thumbnail what it is already, but this is a camera that looks like a little iPhone. And on the stream that I did on New Year's Eve, I was having a look at AliExpress to see if we could find anything good, and I think one of you folks actually said in the chat that you found this item, and I had a look at it, and everyone's just saying you have to buy it, Smalls. So that's what I've done. I've purchased this thing. I have to say a massive thank you to the folks displayed on screen for donating during that live stream. I really appreciate it. You've donated towards seeing this, and I believe 2 other items, or maybe more. I don't really remember, but I haven't received those of yet, but they are definitely on their way, so look forward to them. But yeah, massive thank you to all of these folks for doing what you do. Absolutely amazing, and I hope you're really going to enjoy this one today. We're taking a look at the 4K CCD digital.
Alright, fuck this.
4 megapixel
Let's just
digital
let's just
video
go
camera
and.
with 3 lens, 3-inch touch panel, 16 times digital zoom, built-in flash IR night vision.
Oh, come on.
And that 10 times fast. I wish you luck. This is currently $70.69 Australian on AliExpress with free shipping. So I'll display a small jank currency conversion chart on screen so that gives you a rough idea of how much this is. And I
Let's
didn't pay
restart.
$70.69 for it. I actually paid $66.32. That's with tax as well. Because I
This
bought
game
this
is really
on
confusing
sale.
sometimes.
Not expecting too much from a camera that's worth, you know, $67 Australian. If it takes photos and videos, that's more than enough to be fair. Let me just quickly open up the advertising and we'll have a bit of a read through so we can see what's going on with this thing. So we've got CCD plus CMOS camera, better restoration of original colors, photo and video shooting from image quality to color. The comprehensive upgrade brings a more delicate visual quality and the shooting scenes are clear and vivid. Photo background blur, video depth of field switching. And you probably have noticed there's a little camera above the screen there. So accordingly, and according to the title as well, this has 3 cameras built into it. I think this thing's going to boot up with Welcome, but if that's the case, then that's the most amount of cameras we've had on a Welcome device. I really wonder what the camera quality is going to be like on this. We've got this huge advertisement here. Great leap in the strength of 3 cameras, in quotes there. In the full focus range, high definition, high precision, high restoration, all in caps there. Adaptive adjustment, take photos from multiple angles. That's noble, isn't it? Then we've got CCD Superception main camera lens, autofocus plus 2.5cm macro depth of field with 64 million pixels and OIS. Independently developed special algorithm, close-up autofocus processing image, special angles to present macro depth of field. Beginners can also take live photos. This listing is full of jargon, isn't it? CMOS
That's what you get,
telephoto
bitch.
lens, 10 times optical zoom plus 16 times digital zoom. And I can't even read what that says because of the background. That's okay. CCD wide angle lens. Wait, what? We got a main camera lens, a telephoto, and a wide angle. I wonder how much of that is true. And there we got photo background blurring and video foreground blur switching. But then it says we've got infrared on this thing, like it said in the title, which the infrared function is actually pretty useful. So I'll see how that goes. Now, the design of this says it's exquisite high-end, perfect exterior design, ergonomic design that provides a comfortable feel to the product with a metal piano lacquer frame. Okay, a UV glass texture back cover, a 3-inch OLED touchscreen. I'll have to see about that. And a rounded display screen. A lot of inspiration from the iPhone, of course. That's why this is a mini iPhone camera thing. It's got a 3600 mAh battery in it, according to this picture, that supports multiple charging methods, such as power bank, car charger, solar charger, etc. So it supports a charger. Okay. Accordingly, this camera can record at 60 frames a second in Ultra HD. So what, 4K 60 FPS? It claims that the 3 lenses do something, but do we have a wide angle and telephoto on the back and the main is the front one? No idea. It also says live streaming function with video playback capability. Can be used simultaneously with mobile phones as a multi-camera camera and as a computer camera. So it might be an option to connect with a phone or something? Have to see. And finally we have this picture. I'm not even going to read all of this, so feel free to pause it if you want to read all of this jargon about how they've used forged zinc, alloy, metal, bodies, and all that sort of fun stuff. It'd be hilarious if it's made of plastic, but we'll see very soon. Alright, that's all of the listing. Not too many fun things. I think it's better if we take a look at the device itself. See exactly what it can do. Okay. This little package. Okay, let's crack this open. Have a look. Let's see what this thing offers. I've just seen something funny on the box already. Alright, so it's a music camera. PowerShot D6. 3-inch, 64 megapixel, 3-touch OLED in white, because I chose white. Should have went black actually, to be fair. That looks better. Support movie playback. 10 plus 16 times zoom 3 lens, metal glass UI touchscreen, metal frame glass back cover. D6 music camera, large lens aperture, high light intake, high brightness, high color fidelity, 3600 mAh battery, Type-C, headphone jack, screen resting work, whatever that means. Music camera function introduction. 64 million pixels, 64 megamax, 3 lenses, 4K video recording, metal glass material, music, and a 3-inch lowered touch. It's okay, buddy. It's close enough to OLED. You did your job well. Let's have a look at this thing. Oh, it's got some weight to it. Holy moly. And in the box we get, that's a door for the micro SD card. That's cool. Then we get a Type-C USB cable, a lanyard, the most tiniest screwdriver I've ever seen. That is so adorable. Then we get a cleaning cloth, and we also get a manual, which is the D6 touchscreen music camera. Let's have a look. Reset the hole. That's what it says. When the machine appears flower screen of normal crush, etc. with a pinhole shaped thing, short code can be forced to... Ah, yes. Very, very, very good. Do we even want to keep reading this? I'd be here forever. If I need to come back to the manual, then I definitely will. Otherwise, there's got a guarantee as well. That's good. Odd numbers, retail price. Okay, and then you've got the Chinese guys there as well. There it is. It's really heavy. I wonder if they've put a metal weight inside of this to give it that weight. I'm not too sure. There's got plastic around the frame, that on the back as well. How much does this weigh? I'm curious. 164 grams. Well, starting at the back, we've got the 2 infrared LEDs in there, the 2 cameras. They look legit. That looks way too good to be a fake. Got the LED flash there, and as you can see, it looks very iPhone-like. See? Similarities. Inspiration. More like pinched, but that's okay. And then the metal frame, camera shutter key, power button, the micro SD card slot, a tripod mount, area for a lanyard, a headphone jack on this. That's pretty good. USB Type-C and a little speaker grill just there. And on the front, yeah, that's our front camera there, which I don't know what that's going to be. If it's 64 megapixels, I don't think it would be, but it's something. And the screen there, which we've got to take the screen protector off. Also, everything is covered by protective plastic. Everywhere. Apart from the box being a little bit iffy, I'm actually quite satisfied with how well this is built. Providing it doesn't have any metal weights though, it feels extremely good. I've got my micro SD card here. And I put this in, so we'll just power this up if this is the power button. Hello. Well, that's it. The display is not too bad at all, but I need to see if it's OLED or not. Nope, it's LCD. As you can see by the background dancing there, this is an LCD and not an OLED, or else we wouldn't be seeing that. An OLED on a $70 device, maybe, but it's just LCD. It works. So what can we do? Ooh, we can change the background to space, mountains, happy, cute things, Kibby, classroom. What are we looking at here? Can you even see that? It's an IPS display that it's on there though. That's good. Whoops. Uh-oh. How do I go back? There we go. Pink, cute stuff going on there. That looks like it's from iPhone. The icons aren't really from iPhone either. They look similar. They're not more snowy mountain stuff. That looks like iPhone. Back to the shop thing, sky, that thing, that. There you go. So swiping left and right just changes the wallpaper. Swiping down doesn't do anything. And then we just have these 5 functions here. That's it. So it's not running Android or anything. Go into settings. That's all in Chinese. That's okay. We can just change it like that. And we've got beauty level, which I'll have it to off, but I will do some photos with that on, obviously. Touch calibration we don't need to go into. Wallpaper is Northern Lights 1Pig C Store. Well, at least they've named it. I'll just leave it as default. Volume, key sounds, we have boot music, which is what you heard just before. Screen brightness is all the way up to the maximum. Screensavers, after 5 minutes, I guess. Frequency, 50 or 60 hertz. Set to 60 hertz. Version says 9th of the 9th, 2024. Camera resolution says 3 megapixel, 8 megapixel, 12, and 64. So I'll do 64 megapixels. Videos, 4K. And cyclic record usually is an indication that it's a dash cam, but I'll just leave that off. But that's it within settings, so nothing
What
much
happened?
here. Should we do the speaker test on this thing? No
I
files.
killed him.
Reset.
That's what I did.
Storage of this thing even. I have no idea. Plugging the camera into my PC, it doesn't come up with anything. So I've got no idea if there's actual internal storage.
Oh yeah, I did address it earlier, you're right.
SD card, and there was an MP3.
I was confused, I didn't know what to do.
Music into there, and there we go. So let's test BFG Division on digital camera. See what it sounds like. Alright, here we go.
You died.
Not the loudest.
Nah, I just retreated.
Doesn't sound too
It would be that if they actually killed me.
It's reasonable. Honestly, it's reasonable for what it is.
Okay.
If I plug in earphones, can I just listen to music on this? Well, I assume so. Yep. Sounds pretty good through earphones as well. So at this point, it works perfectly fine as a music player. But let me try the terrible song that I made. You can't skip along though. Just gotta leave it do its thing. That sounds
No,
pretty
don't
good.
skip.
That's certainly not the loudest, but
I already saw that.
yeah, no, I'm happy with that. And we've got a headphone jack on it as well, so you're doing good, little camera. But I think the question that we're all asking is how well is this going to go as a camera?
Oh,
Also,
sorry.
it sounds like what it is. But you're the microphone, so
It's alright.
let's open up the camera. So if I... Ooh. It actually focuses.
Alright,
Let me
what the hell am I supposed to
Here
do
you go.
now?
1974 Honda Civic right here. Let's just see.
Pew pew.
So I see two shadows. I see a shadow in there.
The best at this
I see
point in
another
time,
shadow in here.
but
Let's go to
that
this
digital
shadow first.
focus is actually pretty damn good. So that's a digital zoom right there. What does this one do? Oh, that's just hiding the user interface. We've got this. So there's the LED. Well, the LED just lights up the entire thing, and not really anything past that though. But I'll try night shots and see what that looks like. I can't work out where the infrared LEDs are.
Maybe
I
here.
have a feeling in settings, if I toggle this little light bulb here, I can switch it from LED and then to nighttime. So I think that's infrared, but I'm not too sure. And I can't do any frame settings or anything here. It's just fairly basic. But if I swap to the front camera, there we go. What does it look like? You know, actually it looks reasonable from my point of view, but it's only on a 3-inch display. I'm filming this bit after I've done the camera test, but I just want to show you that this thing actually does have 3 legit sensors in it. This is the first one, the main sensor, which is this one right here. If I cover it up, there you go. Now if I press this, it goes to the front camera. But if I then press it again, it goes to this one, which, if I cover up the second sensor...
Oh, there it is. You
see,
little
it
bastard.
I am upperting you.
is a working sensor, which
Thank
is
you.
amazing that we've actually got lenses
Supporting.
on a cheapo device from AliExpress.
I got the best support from you.
Since I've done the camera test already, I can tell you that this is just a standard sensor. This appears to be a telephoto sensor, and this one's
Except
just
I get
a
fucking.
generic
Oh,
sensor.
except I die now and
Program
I'll
with
be upset.
infrared LEDs on this. They actually do exist in this, but they are so dim. There, look, there you go. That's them there. It looks like the LCD backlight is powering them for some reason. That's what it looks like. I can reassure you that night vision
No,
does
I'll
not
just
make comments.
occupy now. I have to
I
go.
couldn't see the night vision when I was initially testing it, but it was when I was outside. I noticed it and went, yep, there they are. When I tear it down, I'll get a better look at them. Otherwise, I've pretty much
I trust that
demonstrated
you can
everything at
get
this point,
1,000.
So I'm going to go ahead and splice in the photos and videos that I took.
How much do I have now? I can't, like, the problem, when I kill the ghost, they don't give me anything.
Gonna be a pretty
They
long
don't
camera
count as
test, so I'll do
kills.
a whole bunch of photos
Watch,
with
I'll show you.
lenses and modes and stuff, so,
See?
you know what you're about
They
to
don't
see.
give you kills. So it's gonna be harder to
Sad.
do. Well, I'll try, don't worry. I got you. Oh, come on, I dodged
I
that.
wish you my best luck to you.
I need a lot more than rush. I need skills. Did that work? Yes! No more ghosts! It's all thanks to you, my Slovenian friend.
Yippee new level.
Alright, testing quality with the iPhone mini camera thing. This is the main sensor. Has 4K supposedly. And that's what it looks like. That's actually just a little button to make it focus. Hi, don't destroy the house. No, don't destroy the house. No, stop it. Stop it. No. Apart from her just destroying the house, we'll just keep having a look at the stuff. I even said flowers.
I need to go buy. I love this stream.
I haven't viewed the back page, but
No worries, bro. You take care. Thank you for hopping in.
good for this, but I don't get the 4K if I do this.
You take care.
Oh.
You're awesome, bro.
I can't zoom in. Oh, okay. So yeah, I can't do anything else here. I can't even zoom in. Let's move on to the secondary sensor, and I'll show you what that looks like. So this is the second sensor of the iPhone mini camera thing, and we don't have optical image stabilization, that's for sure, but I have a feeling this is a telephoto lens, because it's zoomed in. I'm staying at the same location, and it's zoomed in. because if I start walking closer to the road, you can see, well, this one doesn't autofocus, so you kind of just have to try and take photos as best as you can, but it's probably just a 2x telephoto, but better than nothing, I guess. Let's go over to the right icon, I'll see in the same place, and that's what it looks like. So if you compare this to the previous video, you'll see that this is slightly zoomed in. So let's go to the front camera, and then I'll do the night shots. This is the front camera of the mini iPhone camera thing. It's showing you it's not there. And I've looked at the photos and they're awful. But how do I look with the front camera? Yeah, you know, is there detail? I don't know. At least it's got 3 lenses though. 3 cheapest lenses, but at least has 3 lenses. That's good. Alright, well, let's keep moving on then. Silly camera. Oh, well, yeah, no, it works. There's some video quality at nighttime with the mini iPhone camera thing. This is the main lens, and this should be at 1080p. Should. And that's what that looks like, and I can focus. Yep, I can still do that, but I know the quality is not looking the best. And I don't even think night vision works, to be fair. Focus on the flowers. Oh, there you go. I can see him. The LED is decent enough outside, but I can't see too far in front of me. Also, there's a weird circle just there. It's like a donut. I don't know. Let me do the telephoto in video, and then I'll try night vision. So this is telephoto with just the LED flash on. Not really much of a difference. Slightly more zoomed in, but no autofocus. So it's just as it is. You get a good idea of what's going on, so I'll now switch night vision on and see if I can do anything. So this is night vision mode. And if I go up to a frogger, you can't see anything. I'm pretty sure there's no infrared LEDs in there. Can you even see my hand? Oh, you can see some static on the screen. Ooh. Yeah, no. I don't think it works. This is with telephoto and nope. No. Oh, you can maybe see the frogger just there. Just see it. I can see 2 LEDs in there. They're not that bright at all, but they're there. It's not helpful at all. Yeah, that's night vision. That worked really well. This is what the front camera looks like at night time with video. It looks very grainy. You can see me. You can see it. The LCD is the only light that I have. But it's fine.
Alrighty, you've just seen all the photos and videos that I took with our little buddy here. We got quite a bit to talk about, don't we? Let me state the obvious as well. I was not expecting much for a $70 camera from AliExpress, but the quality of the cameras aren't even up to par with something like a Welcome device, for example. It's worse than that. The images themselves came out to be 4032 by 2272, which in my megapixel calculator that I've got is 9.16 megapixels, when it was meant to be 64 on the device itself, which 64 megapixels is a bit ridiculous for something for $70, but looking at the photos from the main sensor, I'd say it's maybe 2 megapixels interpolated up to 9 megapixels. That's just my guess at this point in time. The secondary sensor also took photos in supposed 64 megapixel, and the focus is fixed on that lens, but it's zoomed in a bit, which makes me think it's telephoto. And I'll display the faraway aircon. The main sensor on the left, the telephoto or whatever lens it is on the right, and as you can see, the one on the right is zoomed in a little bit more. The quality is a little bit better on the right sensor, and the front camera that also doesn't look anything past like 2 megapixels interpolated up to 9 megapixels. The beauty mode kind of worked. Kind of. Also, I've definitely debunked this one, the whole 10 times optical zoom and 16 times digital zoom. It just does 16 times digital zoom, whichever lens you select. If you go to the front one, for example, you can still do 16 times, and it's just a digital zoom, nothing special. The videos, on the other hand, they were not 4K at 60 FPS. In fact, the best quality that I did get from this was 1080p at 30 FPS with a 16 megabit bitrate. And while the videos look like they're from a dash cam, to be honest, we do have focus, which is good, but there's no stabilization, and the quality is just pretty terrible. And the LED flash did work on this, and I was able to take a couple of night shots, but as I did show before the camera test, those infrared LEDs, which as you can see right there, don't do a whole lot. That's what night vision looks like with this. Can you even see anything? You might be able to see the outline of the froggers if you look carefully. But when I tear this down, I just want to see how they've implemented those LEDs. Because I've seen infrared LEDs on devices before, but I've never seen anything that have looked like this. They look like they're being powered by the LCD, like the backlight of it. But at least I was able to do a two-step function with the shutter key, so I could focus and then take a photo. So that was pretty good. And with the advertising saying that this can be used alongside a phone, when connecting this to my PC, it does actually pop up as a webcam. But considering the quality of it, I'm pretty sure that whatever webcam you've got on your laptop is gonna beat this. Well, that's up for debate. Depends which laptop you really have. But you get what I'm saying though. So for 70 bucks, you know, it's a cool little device. It's built well. It doesn't have a whole lot of features, but at least it's got 3 sensors. The battery in this doesn't really last too long at all. Supposedly 3600 milliamp hours, but I've had to charge this twice while using it, and it drained really fast when taking photos and videos. At least you can use this as a music player because you've got a headphone jack, so that's good. The speaker's not too loud, but it'll do. Night vision's questionable. When I take this apart, I've got to have a look at them and see if they're actually legit. Is this something that you should purchase? Not for $70 Australian. If this was like 30 bucks or something, it's a fun little thing to play around with and, you know, give to a kid because it's built well. It's not like a cheap plasticky thing. It looks cool, that's for sure, but quality-wise with cameras, it's bit hit and miss with this one. But 3 sensors though. Mark that on your calendars, folks. The first generic device I've looked at on the channel with 3 legit sensors. This fella right here. Well done to you. But yeah, that's pretty much my conclusion of this thing. I think you all understand what is going on with this device. Too bad it didn't run Android though, because that would have been really cool trying to play like San Andreas on a tiny display like this, but no, unfortunately, it's just some generic OS, which I really want to know the specs of this thing. I have no idea what's running in this, but there's no internal storage, as far as I know. I think we're saying that, I think it's time to tear it down. So just power it off, which it just does that. Doesn't say goodbye, doesn't say see you later, doesn't say see you next time, doesn't say anything like that. Just switches off and that's it. And how this comes apart is the screen first. Because I put a suction cup here, pulled up, wasn't moving. Pulled up here, and it started to move. So I'm probably going to have to heat that up. So let's see how we go. Well, this was easy. The camera's also pretty hot, so in that time it's actually melted the adhesive away for me. Alrighty. Whoops. Alright. That was actually easy. But here is the innards. Wowee. Alright, time for S'mores to work out what the hell's going on with this thing. So let's take the screen off first. That's done. And that has that on there. Made in 2024. The resolution of that though, I'm not too sure, but I've also just realized
What's the fat guy?
the LCD
Dang
is
Zhao.
compared to how it is on here. I mean,
Right?
I think
He's the guy that jumps like the...
but looking at it, it extends all the way to there. But that's
Jump
securely
on
attached
them
to
with
the
a big
glass,
ass
so I
weapon.
don't think I'll touch that. I'll
He just uses his
that
body.
is the front sensor right there. What does it say on it? XD D6 ZP D3. Judging by the size of that camera, I reckon it's maybe 2 megapixel, maybe 3.2, I'm not sure. It looks like a fairly big sensor in it though, but that's just really guessing there. Let me take the motherboard out of this, and that'll give me a better idea of what I'm working with.
No, that's someone else. They don't look the same, bro. I'm not trying to be racist.
You've been hit by, you've been struck by a smooth criminal. I've just realized there's a stripped screw right there. They stripped it and then went, ah, it's fine, I'm not going to touch it. I haven't touched that screw. Wow, okay, well we have to use pliers to get that one out. And here we go, folks. Well, that's not a 3600 milliamp hour battery in this thing. If we can pop that out of there though. Perfect, not a problem. Oh, what is this? It is 3600 milliamp hours. According to this, that's what it says there. It's an error bat. The code on the motherboard says 2024 right there, and we have our 2 sensors, and that I'm gonna say is a telephoto. It doesn't look like it's wide angle. I reckon it's telephoto, and we actually do have 2 LEDs just there, but they are so dim that they just don't do anything. But the main camera is just this one here. No movement except for focusing, but that's a fairly simple camera there. You folks will have to let me know. I'm pretty sure that would be a telephoto, because as you can see there, it sort of extends out a little bit, and it's zoomed in as well, so that would make sense. But the main chip that is powering this is that right there. If you can see what that is. I have no idea what that is, to be honest. I'll have a Google and see what I can find about that. It's probably just a very bare bones low-end chip that they've thrown in here, but if this does have internal storage, it's going to be really minimal on there. This whole metal frame itself is where most of the weight is. There's no metal weights in this. Well, I mean, you can count this as a metal weight if you'd like to, but that's quite heavy, and that's got the speaker built into it, and the buttons are just at the top there, which actually I should show you the buttons too. That's the button there. That's the 2-step button just there. which, yeah, that works fine. But what I want to do is I want to connect up all of the cameras again and the LCD, and we're going to power it on, and I'm going to see what the night vision LEDs look like. On we go. Don't mind guts just dangling there, that's fine. Yeah, they're on, but they are not that bright at all. And if I switch them off, yeah, see? So they actually do function. It's just that they're really, really dim. They're dim bulbs. The LED flash itself is like that. So without the casing, how bright? See, that's bright as. Do you want to see the camera bouncing around? Yeah, look, check it out. Yeah, see it? It's kind of fun, isn't it? Alright, so Mr. Telephoto has this holding right there. Which I don't think you can be able to tell. I just want to pop the lens off, just to see the sensor inside of it. See if I can try and work this thing out. Well, it's just a normal sensor, but looking at that, I would say that's a zoomed in lens. You can kind of see it there, the reflection on it. It's like absolute basic telephoto. That's pretty much what I think the C1 is. The main sensor also says the same stuff on it as well. Well, there you go, folks. That's the teardown of this thing done. I think I've worked out what's going on with this. I'll put it back together, and we can call this one a video, I think. If I can put it back together. I hope you've all enjoyed this one and learning about what this thing can do. As I said, I'm very happy that it's got 3 lenses. That's cool, it's just they're not really the greatest quality though. But at least I've taken a look at this thing on the channel, and if it wasn't for you folks generously donating towards seeing this, I wouldn't have looked at it. So a massive thank you to all the folks displayed on screen for your generosity on that live stream. And I apologise for forgetting names, but whoever did tell me in the live stream that this thing existed and that I had a look at it, thank you so much for telling me about that. Because yeah, I wouldn't have known this thing existed. Thank you so much to you folks for doing what you do as always. I really appreciate it, and I really hope you've enjoyed having a look at this thing with me today. That's going to do it for another installment in the Irish series. And this is the first of 3 items that we did get on the live stream. And the next one will be the world's ugliest phone. Well, according to me anyways, it's one of the ugliest, but you'll see that very soon. But you folks will have to let me know what you thought of this one down in the comments below. Do you think this is worthy, or do you think it's just kind of cheapy crap nonsense stuff at the end of the day? If the night vision's actually worked, and the quality was just a little bit better with this, I reckon this would be cool, but not for $70. I mean, that $70 is mostly gone to the metal that they've used to make this heavy, to be fair to be honest. Alright folks, I think I've waffled on way too much in this video, so I thank you all so much for taking the time out of your day to sit back and listen to me waffle on about another cheapo device that definitely could have been something. I'm just stoked that we got 3 lenses at the end of the day. But if I've waffled on too much and you had to use the timestamps, that's completely fine. That's why they're there. The camera test is probably going to go for like 6 minutes or something, but that's the whole point of this video. It's a camera test. Thanks again. I appreciate you all so much for being here. As always, please take care, stay safe, be good people, and I'll see you in the next one, which, as I said, will be the ugliest phone. You folks that were on that stream know exactly what I'm talking about. So be sure to stick around for that one. Even though it doesn't offer much, you'll be in shock when you see the device. You'll go, what? Who designed that? I don't know. Fluffy. They designed it. I don't know. Alright folks, take care of yourselves, keep being awesome, and I will see you all very soon. Bye for now.
If you like this content, feel free to leave a like or a dislike if you didn't. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video.
NVIDIA absolutely has the most powerful high-end graphics cards, like a 4090 and now the 5090 coming out, but that doesn't mean they're the best value at the lower end where more people are actually buying. So Intel is jumping in with the Arc B570, and this is meant to cost $220. I have the ASRock Challenger version as a review sample, but what to review it against? I chose the RTX 3050. Now why is that? Well, in the current 40 series, the 4060 is the lowest end desktop GPU. That's still almost $300, and I think somebody looking to buy a $200 graphics card like the B570 isn't necessarily going to consider buying a $300 graphics card. It's completely worlds apart price differential. So if you go back to the previous generation, the 3060 is still, that's a 1650, don't know why that's showing up, but the 3060s are still almost $300. So we have to go all the way down to the 3050 to get stuff around the $200 price point. But with the 3050, there's two models. There's a 6GB version and the original 8GB version. You can go up to the 8GB version and still be around the price of an ARC B570. The lowest price model I can find available new right now is $200, and then there's models around $230 and $240, and going up to around $300. The point is, though, that if I want to buy a brand new NVIDIA GPU around $200 to $220, the only real option to compete against the B570 is the RTX 3050. I have the EVGA XC version. I miss EVGA. Anyway, so that's what we're looking at in today's video. Let's go ahead and see how they stack up. If you're wondering, but what about AMD? Stay tuned for a separate video with the B570 head-to-head against AMD price range competition. But NVIDIA is kind of the name brand that a lot of people are considering, so if you're considering buying the B570 instead of the $200-ish 3050, well, let's see how they stack up. And the answer is, at 1080p Ultra and Final Fantasy 16, neither of them do great. We got a 40 FPS average on the B570, but that was crushing the 3050. If we go all the way down to low settings, the B570 is able to get up to about 50 FPS, and the 3050 is at 34, giving the B570 a 47% advantage, a 35% advantage in the 1% lows. One reason why I'm including this game is, well, it's a recent game and I played it and it seems worth testing, but also note that neither of these GPUs is strong enough to necessarily get you 60 FPS even at low settings in the most demanding new games, but this is still very playable. We'll also test them out at 1440p, and we can see that at low settings, the B570 is not doing great here, but it is still beating the 3050. The main thing is, though, that these just really aren't the settings that you would use. So if we go down to using low settings with DLSS, as well as using XeSS, Intel's machine learning-based upscaler, we now see that the B570 is able to hit 50 FPS and the 3050 is hitting 39. It's a 28% advantage to the B570. Image quality-wise, I give a small edge to DLSS, although XeSS is close. I'm using the same internal rendering resolution on both, although these are named differently.
Bro, I killed like 5 officers, bro. Why am I still like losing?
GPUs can play ultra settings in some games. Like here we're looking at Baldur's Gate 3 at 1080p Ultra and Baldur's Gate City. The B570 is hitting 76 FPS average. Looks great, and it gives it a massive 43% advantage over the 3050, which is only hitting 53 FPS. If we jump to 1440p Ultra settings, we see that the B570 is almost hitting 60 FPS. We're getting 55 here. That's a 41% advantage over the 3050, which is only hitting 39 FPS at these settings. If we go ahead and jump into a more competitive title like Call of Duty Black Ops 6 and reduce the settings down to the basic preset because you're looking for a high refresh rate experience for a competitive edge, you can see the B570 is good for 111 frames per second, and the 3050 is good for 90. They're both giving you a decent experience, but it is 23% advantage for the B570. And notably in the 1% lows, the B570 has a 49% advantage at 88 versus 59. And that can be noticeable in terms of like stutteries and smoothness in actual gameplay. So pretty decent advantage there in the 1% lows for the B570. If we jump up to 1440p at basic settings, we can see that the B570 is good for 81 FPS, while the 3050 is only good for 61. 61 is certainly playable, but in a competitive game, you might be looking for more. And remember, we're all the way down at the basic settings, so there's not a lot lower you can go without adjusting rendering resolution. Also, the B570 has a 59% advantage in the 1% lows at 62 versus 39. Now, speaking of lowering the rendering resolution, we can enable DLSS and XeSS here. And if you do that, the B570 jumps up to 101 FPS versus 84 on the 3050. That's a 20% advantage in the averages, but a 40% lead in the 1% lows at 84 versus 60. Again, I'd give a small image quality advantage to DLSS, but XeSS of 1.3 looks very good here. And again, note they're using the same internal rendering resolution. In DLSS, a 66% per axis rendering resolution is called DLSS quality, whereas on XeSS in versions 1.3 and later, it's called ultra quality, so they have different naming schemes, but I'm locking them at the same internal rendering resolution. In earlier versions of XeSS, They were named more similarly based on the internal rendering resolution, so that's a bit annoying. But anyway, I caught it for you guys. Now, if we go into like an older AAA title like Cyberpunk 2077 at 1080p ultra settings, the 3050 cannot hit 60 FPS. It's hitting 50. Whereas the B570 is hitting 83 FPS. That gives it a massive 66% advantage. And the 1% lows are 58% advantage at 63 versus 40. Now, that might give some headroom for some ray tracing. Well, if you stay at the Ultra preset, but then enable ray traced reflections and not anything else, you know, it's still playable on the B570 at 51 FPS. The 3050 drops all the way down to 34, so big lead for the B570 at 50% lead. But I'm not
I literally killed 3 officers at once. I didn't even get a single boost.
FPS on both GPUs. So basically, it's questionable whether ray tracing is really something you'd want to use with GPUs of this power level. However, the B570 does still have a noticeable advantage. Now, if you wanted to turn on upscaling to make ray tracing more usable, I personally don't like upscaling at 1080p. I feel like it's just a little bit low res to try to reconstruct. You get a lot of little, shimmering and smearing, looks a little low res. Not my personal preference. But if you do choose to do this, the B570 is now hitting 74 FPS, and even the 3050 is up to 56. So I'd say these are both very playable now if you're willing to trade the image clarity for the better reflections. So either way, the B570 still has a noticeable lead at 32%, although that's certainly a smaller advantage than it had before. It's still a very large advantage. Now, if we go up to 1440p resolution, I'm not going to worry about trying to use ray tracing, but at ultra settings, the B570 is almost good for a 60 FPS experience at 54 FPS average, giving it a absolutely staggering 86% lead over the 3050, which is only hitting 29 FPS here. If we move on to using upscaling, the B570 is now able to hit 65 FPS, whereas with DLSS quality, the 3050 is able to hit 40 FPS, giving a 63% advantage to the B570. Let's go ahead and check out some more games. If we try out Ghost of
Oh, come on, you
1080p
pussy ass
high
bitch.
settings, the B570 is good for maxing this game out, 66 FPS here. Whereas the 3050 is only hitting 42 FPS, giving a 57% advantage to the B570. If we go ahead and move up to 1440p at max settings, called very high in this game, the B570 is good for 51 FPS. It's very playable, but you're not over 60, so maybe you wouldn't use this. Either way, the 3050 is only hitting 30 FPS, giving a massive 70% advantage to the B570. And if you wanted to go over 60 FPS on the B570, you could enable XeSS Ultra Quality versus DLSS Quality, which again both have the same internal resolution at 66% per axis. The B570 is now over 60 FPS at 65, and the 3050 is at 42, giving a 55% advantage to the ARC B570. And again, I would say maybe small image quality advantage to DLSS here, but like I said, I do think the XeSS upscaler looks pretty good at these settings at 1440p. Let's go ahead and move on to God of War Ragnarok. I've noticed this tends to be an NVIDIA-favored game versus both AMD and Intel, but the B570 just has so much more raw performance that it's still
I already know what's going on.
by as much as it does in many other games. I had to go down to medium settings to be around 60 FPS here, but the B570 at 1080p medium is averaging about 57 FPS in this scene, whereas the 3050 is only averaging 47, giving a 21% advantage to the B570, which maybe doesn't sound a lot like compared to the other numbers we've seen in this video, but that's still a pretty noticeable advantage. At 1440p medium settings, neither GPU is that close to 60 FPS. We're getting 46 on the B570 and 37 on the 3050, giving a 24% advantage to the B570. If we go ahead and
I ain't scared.
Quality and XeSS Ultra Quality, which once again have the same internal rendering resolution, just different naming scheme, the B570 is now near 60 FPS, averaging 57, and the 3050 is at 48, giving a 19% advantage to the B570. Again, I do think there's maybe a small image quality advantage to DLSS here, but they both look pretty good. They're both machine learning based upscaling. Now, let's go ahead and jump into Horizon Forbidden West. At maximum settings, which was very high, 1080p resolution, the B570 is over 60 FPS average. I'm averaging 65 in my benchmark scene here. The 3050 is only averaging 38, giving a massive 71% advantage to the B570. And the 1% lows are 71% advantage as well at 53 versus 31. Now, if we move on to 1080p medium settings, the 3050 is able to almost get to 60 FPS. It's hitting 53, whereas the B570 is hitting 87 FPS, giving it a 64% advantage over the 3050. The 3050's frame time graph looks pretty spiky here as well. And that means that in the 1% lows, the B570 actually has an 87 FPS advantage at 73 versus 39. If we move up to 1440p max settings, the B570 is playable at 50 FPS here, although I'd probably shoot for a higher refresh rate target. Whereas the 3050 is only hitting 27, not able to even hold 30 FPS here. It's an 85% advantage to the B570 and a doubling of performance in the 1% lows at 42 versus 21. It's very likely that we're going over 8 gigabytes of VRAM here on the 3050, which is causing it additional issues. We see that the card with 10 gigabytes of VRAM is allocating 10 gigabytes of VRAM. With Horizon Forbidden West at 1440p very high settings, we could kick on DLSS and XCSS, and that brings the B570 up to almost a 60 FPS average here at 58, and the 3050 hits 38 FPS average, and that gives the B570 a 53% advantage, and the 1% lows are a 58% advantage. If we move on to Silent Hill 2, which is a big Unreal Engine 5 showcase, if you tried it, this game has ray tracing, so to be clear, games that had ray tracing, I did try it out. And I do it on top of the maximum settings. So if we go with the epic settings with hardware accelerated ray tracing turned on, the B570 only has an 8% lead, but neither GPU is playable here. We're at 26 and 24, so really you just won't use these settings. I did also try kicking on DLSS and XCSS, even though it was 1080p, to try to see if I can get the max settings with ray tracing to be more playable. And it is more playable, still probably not reading the play. I see the B570 with a 16% lead over the 3050, but that's only 37 FPS versus 32. If we go all the way down to low settings, that's the only way we break 60 FPS in this game on the B570, hitting 67, which still gives it a 49% advantage over the 3050, which is only hitting 45 FPS, and the 3050 cannot play this game at 1080p native resolution at 60 FPS. You have to lower the rendering resolution on top of the
1,000, baby!
resolution, but low settings, the B570 is able to hit 53 FPS, which in a game this slow is probably completely playable. The 3050 is only hitting 32, and its 1% lows are dropping below 30. The B570 has a 66% lead in the averages and a 36% lead in the 1%.
Oh, I love this game.
Notice that both are a bit spiky on the frame time graph here, but the B570 does maybe have more frequent spikes, which is why it's 1% lows advantage.
This is probably the best game I've played so far.
On DLSS and
I guess it's just because it's modern.
We have the B570 reaching almost a 60 FPS average at 58 versus 37 on our RTX 3050, giving a 57% advantage to the B570 and the 1% lows are 31% advantage. So Silent Hill 2 is an extremely demanding game. Now, let's go ahead and summarize these results. So here's a big chart with the averages compared, but these aren't the frames per second. This is the percentage differential between the two GPUs. So, for example, if you look at this first line here, this is saying that in Final Fantasy 16 at 1080p Ultra, the B570 had a 43% lead. So that's how you would interpret this. Now, this is grouped by game, but I think it might be easier to look at if we sort it from biggest advantage to smallest advantage for the B570, and that looks like this. I think this is just nicer to look at, even though the games themselves on the left-hand side of the screen are now jumbled up, since I'm sorting by percentage advantage rather than game. Here we can see that the best result is in Cyberpunk 1440p Ultra, where we had an 86% lead. And the worst result for the B570 is an 8% lead in Silent Hill 2 at 1080p Epic with ray tracing on, where honestly neither GPU is actually playable. So in the end, the geo mean of this result is 43.5% average advantage for the B570. So, conclusion is basically B570 has 2 gigabytes more VRAM at 10 versus 8. Can come in handy depending on the settings, although in these on this class of GPU, we've seen that in the most demanding games, you might have reduced settings. Still gives you a bit more headroom for, you know, ultra texture packs and things like that, so it's nice to have. And it's 43.5%.
Well, I just defeated him.
Roughly the same price. So that's a pretty massive win. If you want a little more analysis here, like you're like, I'm just playing at 1080p. How about we throw out the 1440p results? So if you look at this just sorted for the 1080p results, we see that the B570 reduces to a 40.8% lead.
I think it's just a part of the story.
RTX 3050, which is still a massive advantage. If you're only playing at 1440p, and we sort for those, we can see here that at 1440p, it's a 46.2% advantage. So a bit more of a lead at 1440p.
I gotta try the fists.
But both are over a 40% advantage for the B570, which is huge. And if you're interested in ray tracing, note that my game selection and setting selection here was not designed to test for ray tracing. So it was more that I chose some games, and if they happened to have ray tracing, I did try turning it on. The only 2 games I tested that had ray tracing available were Cyberpunk and Silent Hill 2. And in all of them, the B570 had a lead. However, that lead varies wildly. It's only 4 results, so it's a little bit silly to do a geomean here, but it's a 25% advantage on average using these results. But it's literally only 2 games, and one basically at native 1080p, and the other with quality DLSS quality, XeSS ultra quality upscaling enabled. So the point is, in every situation that I've tested, the B570 has a major advantage. So it certainly seems like if you were considering buying an RTX 3050, you might want to buy the B570 instead. However, I do feel the need to bring in an important little side note here. After the B580 reviews came out, some outlets like Hardware Unbox and Hardware, is it Canucks? I was criticized on my pronunciation of that. I'm not Canadian, guys. Anyway, had some results showing that on lower-end CPUs, it seems like, well, not just on lower-end CPUs, but it seems like Intel drivers have larger CPU overhead, which means that on lower-end CPUs, you can occasionally run into CPU-limited performance on ARC GPUs before you run into it on equivalent AMD and NVIDIA GPUs. So that's interesting. I personally did not have enough time to run through all of this testing on an additional CPU platform. So I'm hoping some other outlets maybe get you some results on that. So do always watch multiple reviews before buying a graphics card, because different people test different things. So I'm just going to bring it to your attention that that's potentially something to look at. My overall thought, though, is you tend to get CPU limited at higher frame rates, and this class of GPU isn't necessarily pushing extremely high frame rates. So I would say that that's definitely something to consider, but maybe not a complete deal breaker, especially versus something like the 3050, where we're just showing an over 40% advantage overall, which is absolutely massive in GPU limited situations. So something to keep in mind. The other thing to keep in mind, though, is that Intel GPUs do require resizable bar support. And on older CPU platforms, it's possible your motherboard BIOS might need to be updated to support resizable bar. And on extremely old platforms, there may not be any update for resizable bar support enabled. So that's just something to investigate on your own before buying an Intel Arc GPU. But in the end, I would say this is a big win for the 3050. However, versus the 3050, so big win for the B570. However, what about cards like the RX 6600 from AMD? These cost under $200 or around $200, and honestly crushes the 3050. I've shown that in other videos. So if you're interested in how does AMD stack up in this price range, stay tuned. I am trying to finish up that testing, and I'll get a separate video out when that testing's done. So stay tuned to the channel. Hopefully it'll be out later today. And I hope all of you have an excellent day.
today we're checking out Intel's Arc B570 for the first time, which, as the name suggests, is a cut-down version of the B580. Now, the B580 really impressed me a month ago when I first reviewed it, but unfortunately since then things have soured a bit. First and foremost, as I said, we're now a month out from that release, and unfortunately you still can't buy an Arc B580 graphics card. So that sucks, and I'll talk more about this later on in the review. The other major issue was the discovery that the B580 has a major overhead issue that sees performance suffer in CPU demanding games, especially when using an older or slower CPU. Now, I've already dedicated a few content pieces to investigating this issue, and today's review will be using updated data to evaluate the B570. As for the B570, this model is meant to cost $220 US, so $30 less than the B580. It's based on the same 272 square millimeter die, but the XE core count has been reduced by 10% from 20 to 18. The peak core clock has also been reduced by 4% from 2850 MHz to 2750 MHz. The memory subsystem has been downgraded to a 160-bit wide bus, which sees the VRAM buffer reduced to 10 GB, and despite using the same 19 GB per second memory, the memory bandwidth has been reduced by 17% to 380 GB per second. So in a nutshell, we're looking at a 10% reduction in cores, 4% frequency downgrade, 20% less VRAM and 17% less memory bandwidth, all of this for just a 12% saving, which might put the B570 in a bit of a tough spot, but of course we'll have to look at the performance, so let's go do that. First up, we have Marvel Rivals, and here the B570 roughly matched the performance of the RTX 4060 at native 1440p with 60 FPS, making it 12% slower than the B580 and 25% faster than the RX 7600. Switching to the Ryzen 5 5600 still saw the B570 come in 11% slower than the B580, but now it's also 8% slower than the RTX 4060 and just 10% faster than the 7600. Then, if we enable upscaling using the 5600, we see that performance is fairly similar across the board, though the B570 is now the slowest GPU tested, rendering 82 FPS, making it 7% slower than the RX 7600. Next up, we have Star Wars Jedi Survivor, and at native 1440p, the B570 was 14% slower than the B580, using either the 9800X 3D or 5600. And this placed it on par with the RTX 4060 and RX 7600. But when we enable upscaling, it ends up 9% slower than the B580 and 8% slower than the Radeon and GeForce GPUs. Now, Spider-Man Remastered has proven to be extremely problematic for the Arc GPUs when paired with a lower-end CPU, and the B570 further demonstrates the overhead issue. When paired with the 9800X 3D at the native 1440p resolution, the B570 is 12% slower than the B580, and more crucially is faster than both the RTX 4060 and RX 7600, 27% faster in the case of the Radeon GPU. However, when we switch over to the Ryzen 5 5600, the B570 is now just 4% slower than the B580, which seems good, but it's not that good, because performance of the Arc GPUs is limited to around 80 FPS due to the additional CPU overhead.
Can't seem
And this
to
is
tell
bad,
the
because it means
buttons.
whereas the B570 was 27% faster than the RX 7600 when paired with the 9800X 3D, it's now 5% slower using the Ryzen 5 processor. And not only that, but when enabling upscaling, the B570 ends up 23% slower than the RX 7600, as performance is again capped to around 80 FPS when using the slower Ryzen 5 processor. The Hogwarts Legacy results are interesting. Firstly, at native 1440p, using the 9800X 3D, the B570 is 16% slower than the B580, making it the slowest GPU tested. Switching to the 5600 reduces that margin to 9%, and now the B570 is able to match the RTX 4060. Then, once we enable upscaling, the Arc GPU gets left behind, and quite interestingly, this is also an issue when using a very popular CPU such as the 9800X 3D. In fact, with the 9800X 3D, the B570 ends up being almost 30% slower than the RX 7600. Next up, we have Space Marine 2, and here the B570 is quite a bit slower than the B580, 18% at 1440p when using the 9800X 3D, though that margin does come down to 12% when paired with the 5600. The bigger issue is seen when enabling upscaling, as the ARC GPUs are limited to less than 60 FPS when using a more mid-range CPU, and in fact the issue is still quite bad even with the 9800X3D. At native 1440p when paired with the 5600, the B570 is 20% slower than the RX 7600, which is bad, and things don't improve with upscaling as the margin extends only slightly to 22%. That said, the Radeon GPUs have their own overhead issue in this example, so a less favourable matchup would be with the RTX 4060, which ends up being almost 50% faster than the B570. Now, the ARC CPU overhead issue wasn't a problem in a Plague Tale Requiem, and here we see that the B570 ends up 11% slower than the B580 at native 1440p using either CPU.
Let's begin.
Then with upscaling enabled, the B570 is able to match the RX 7600, so decent performance overall. Moving on to Cyberpunk 2077, we see that the B570 is roughly equivalent to that of the RTX 4060 in this title, making it a few frames faster than the RX 7600, at least when using the 9800X3D. Installing the Ryzen 5 processor sees performance become more CPU limited, as you'd expect, and as a result, all 4 GPUs are now delivering similar performance at around 60 FPS. However, if we enable upscaling, this pushes all 4 CPUs to around 80 to 84 FPS, but what you'll notice here is that the 1% lows are considerably lower when using an ARC GPU. Dying Light 2, like a Plague Tale Requiem, is a game where the ARC overhead issue wasn't so much of an issue, and that being the case, the B570 performs very well in this title, even with the 5600, and even when using upscaling. For example, the 5600 upscaling data saw the B570 roughly match the RTX 4060, making it just 4% slower than the GeForce GPU. Moving on to Starfield, and like the B580, the B570 performs quite poorly in this title, rendering just 37 FPS at native 1440p, and this is when using the medium quality preset. This same level of performance is seen with both the 9800X3D and 5600, but when we enable upscaling, the ARC GPUs cap out to around 50 FPS when using the Ryzen 5 processor, whereas the RTX 4060 goes on to render 63 FPS, making the GeForce GPU a massive 31% faster than the B570. The Dragon Age performance is a bit odd. Both the B570 and B580 are capped at 67 FPS using either the 9800X3D or 5600, and this is the same level of performance seen from the RTX 4060. Then when we enable upscaling, the ARC GPUs push up to just over 80 FPS, whereas the RTX 4060 ends up around 6% faster. Star Wars Outlaws is an extremely demanding game, even when using the medium preset, and as a result, the B570 was good for just 37 FPS at 1440p or 53 FPS with upscaling enabled. Interestingly, we saw slightly better performance using the 5600, though we're only talking about a few extra frames. The problem here for the B570 being that whereas it matched the RTX 4060 at 1440p when using the 5600, if we go and enable upscaling, it ends up being 13% slower as the ARC GPUs struggle and really fail to reach 60 FPS. Testing with War Thunder using the default DirectX 11 mode provides some interesting results. Firstly, using the 9800X3D at native 1440p, we see that the B570 is actually faster than the RTX 4060, 10% faster in fact. But when we switch to the 5600, the B570 ends up 20% slower, as both ARC GPUs are capped at around 180 FPS, and the margins only get worse when you enable upscaling. But if we go and change to the DirectX 12 API, well, everything else changes. Firstly, using the 9800X3D, the B570 is just 6% slower than the B580, though it's also 8% slower than the RTX 4060. And then if we switch to the Ryzen 5 processor, things again look much the same, though enabling upscaling does earn the RTX 4060 a slight performance advantage. Essentially though, the DirectX 12 API solves ARC's overhead issue in this title. The last game tested is The Last of Us Part 1, and here the B570 matched the RTX 4060 and RX 7600 at 1440p when paired with the 9800X3D, and we saw much the same using the Ryzen 5 processor. The ARC GPUs did fall behind a little with upscaling enabled, but even so, the B570's performance remained respectable. Finally, here's a quick look at power consumption, and here the B570 is fine, consuming anywhere from 8 to 14% less power than the B580, which makes sense in the downgrades. Generally, power consumption is around 20 watts higher than that of the RTX 4060, so again, power consumption really isn't an issue, and it's not something gamers will be concerned with when buying a particular GPU. Okay, so on average, using the 9800X3D at 1440p, the B570 was 13% slower than the B580, and therefore roughly matched the RTX 4060 and RX 7600, so a pretty solid result there for a $220 US GPU. But when enabling upscaling for greater performance, the B570 slips a little and is now slightly slower than the RX 7600. Still not bad performance overall though. But if you have a slower CPU, such as the Ryzen 5 5600, the B570, it does okay at maybe 1440p, again matching the RX 7600, while it was just 8% slower than the B580. Then with upscaling enabled, it was 4% slower than the RX 7600 and 6% slower than the B580. So again, decent performance overall for what is meant to be a $220 US GPU. But before we go and make any value calls, let's check out the cost per frame data. Okay, so a couple of things before we go over the cost per frame data. Firstly, I'm well aware that you can't actually buy a B580 for $250, and retailers such as Nerd are out of stock. So as it stands, the $250 US MSRP for that part is not really a thing, even a month out since that release. That said, listing scalper prices here, not particularly useful either. So essentially, if you can't get a B580 for $250 US, or the equivalent price in your region, then just don't buy it. The same applies to the new B570. Knock the box over, real good. Yeah, same applies to the B570. Availability there is probably going to be horrible as well. Of course, I don't know yet because we're reviewing these ahead of the public release. But unless you can get a B580 for the MSRP, it won't be worth buying. Of course, that's my conclusion before I get to whether I'm going to recommend this thing or not. So I just wanted to give that disclaimer before going over the following graphs. It's also really difficult to accurately assess the value of the new ARC GPUs, as it depends on quite a few different factors. Firstly, there's the VRAM thing to consider. Both the B580 and B570 offer more VRAM than competing AMD and NVIDIA parts. But then there's also the overhead issue, which often gives the ARC GPUs underperform at 1080p, and even at 1440p with upscaling, and the CPU use plays a key role in all of this. So that being the case, I have a few different data sets that we're going to go over to evaluate the value of the B570, so let's get into it. Okay, so at native 1440p, the value of the B570 looks pretty great, especially when using the 9800X3D. Here it matches the value of the B580, making it 15% better value than the RX 7600 and 34% better value than the RTX 4060. Now, if we look at the data recorded with the Ryzen 5 5600, the B570 improves its position relative to the B580, now coming in 4% better value, but when compared to the RX 7600, it's now offering just 12% better value, though it's still 22% better value than the RTX 4060. But it's the upscaling data that is far less favourable for Intel. Using the 9800X3D, the B570 is just 10% better value than the Radeon GPU, and 18% better value than the RTX 4060. And it gets even worse when using upscaling. With the Ryzen 5 5600, as here the B570 is just 8% better value per frame when compared to the 7600, and if we were to use the 1% low data, this comparison would be even less favourable for Intel. So as I said, evaluating the value of Intel's new ARC Battle-Made GPUs is rather difficult. On one hand, if you have a powerful enough CPU, they're pretty great. But on the other hand, how likely are those shopping for a budget graphics card to have a high-end CPU? Think Ryzen 5 7600 or better. So that being the case, probably not very likely. And then for those of you with a CPU equal to or perhaps even slower than the Ryzen 5 5600, it becomes a more difficult choice. Going with the Radeon RX 7600, for example, that'll ensure your CPU lasts longer, that'll maximize value there, and you should also receive better performance overall, depending on the CPU upgrade, of course. This
No,
is a
no,
major
I'm
problem
gonna.
for the
It's
B570 because as an entry
I don't like it.
ideally
It's really confusing.
for budget gaming, it really needs to work well with CPUs that are even older than the 5600. Because let's be real here, the vast majority of budget gamers
It does have a lot of
CPU
power to it.
that's more
I mean, don't get me
powerful
wrong.
than a Ryzen 5 5600. And as we just saw, for those of you with a CPU equal to the 5600,
Yeah, it's
the
also
value
breaks
of
the
these
really
RGBs
fast.
often isn't particularly great. You're generally saving very little, and when you consider the numerous compromises you'd be making when going with an ARC GPU, it's hard to argue that you end up saving that much, if anything at all. I think the B580 is still worth the gamble, as the 12GB VRAM buffer makes it much more appealing than the RX 7600 and RTX 4060. But the cut down B570, it just isn't cheap enough in my opinion. It needs to be $200 US at most. The 10GB buffer is certainly better than 8, but it's not that much better. And really moving forward, 12GB should be the minimum for GPUs priced at or above $200. But in a world where the ARC B570 is available, purchase at $220 US, should you buy it? I think my answer to that would be probably not. As I said, it needs to cost no more than $200. Otherwise, I just recommend spending a bit more, going $250 for either the B580 or RX 7600. And since you can't get the B580, I guess the Radeon GPU is it. And this really has been the issue, the big issue for ARC. Not the drivers, not the CPU overhead, but rather availability. We're now a month out from the B580 release, and availability is extremely scarce. And worse still, pricing in other regions for these ARC GPUs hasn't been nearly as impressive as what we've seen over in the US. For example, here in Australia, you can actually buy a B580 right now. You can pick one up, but it's going to cost you 470 Australian dollars.
Well, that's
That's
what
not
I'm these
scalper
guys.
prices, that's just the regular going price for a B580 in Australia. And it's the same price you would currently pay for an RTX 4060, and it's about $40 more than an RX 7600. In fact, if we go and put together another cost per frame graph using the more favourable 1440p native data, so not the upscaling data, just the native data, and we go and use the local Australian pricing, ARC looks really poor in terms of value. The 9800X 3D data sees the B570 coming just 6% better value than the RX 7600, and then just 5% better value when using the Ryzen 5 5600. And this is all assuming that the B570 ends up costing $410 Australia, which I've been told might not be the case. It might be more than $430 to $440, and if true, that will be a disaster. So, a bit of a disappointing story for Intel's latest ARC generation. Things started out so positive, so very exciting at the start, only for a number of critical things to go wrong. And while Intel could still save this series, that's yet to play out. And for now, I'd really only recommend buying the B580 at the MSRP, so not necessarily the B570. I think at the MSRP, the B580 still makes sense for a lot of people, but of course getting it at that MSRP is nearly impossible at this point in time. And then we have other regions like Australia, where the B580 needs to be at least 20% cheaper than the RX 7600 or RTX 4060. Otherwise, you might as well just get one of those competing parts. The B570, on the other hand, needs to be cheaper again. I think $200 US is the most I can see that part being worth. So for now, unfortunately, that means it is dead on arrival, at least in my opinion. So, not a great start to the new year, but fingers crossed things improve, and by a lot. And that's going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed this review of Intel's ARC B570, I know it's not our usual review format, but given the overhead issue and all that, I thought this data set with fewer GPUs was probably the way to evaluate the B570. So let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. Also, just let me know what you think about the B570 in general. Do you think this needs to be a cheaper product? Yeah, give me your thoughts. Also, we have Patreon, the join button for YouTube. Either one of those will give you access to our exclusive Discord server. We have monthly live streams for members only. Behind the scenes content, Q&A stuff, a lot of cool things there, so check that out if you're interested. But if that was perfectly fine, I would like to thank you for watching this video. I'm your host, Steve. See you again next time.
B580 was the first GPU launch in years that people were genuinely excited about, and Intel is hoping to keep that hype train chugging along with the new, cheaper Intel Arc B570. It's a slightly cut down version of the B580, and today we're looking at the ASRock Challenger OC version. And, it's a GPU. Who would have expected? In the box, we also got quick installation guides and a warranty notice, and that's about it. It's a nice, reasonably sized card, which I'm happy to see because some of the AIB designs for the B580 were like needlessly large. Like it did not need a triple fan design at a 190 watt card. This is nice and relatively small, though it is a little tall. So if you have a pretty narrow case, you might come into compatibility issues, but I would expect this to fit pretty much anywhere you'd want to put it. Just looking around the card, we can see that it has a single 8-pin VGA power connector because this is a card that doesn't require a lot of juice, just 150 watts. They do recommend a 600 watt power supply, which honestly, depending on your CPU, is probably going to be overkill. But in our 580 review, we did notice that there are chances of large transient spikes on these Intel cards, so your mileage may vary. I'd take the recommendation that's on the box. And it's got 3 DisplayPort 2.1s and 1 HDMI 2.1A. The slot is a 16x connection, though it is just a 8x card. You get a piece of slot cover. I don't know. There's what is there to say about a graphics card? I think this one's ugly. I wouldn't buy this for its looks. ASRock advertises that it has a stylish backplate, but it's stylish if you like Tonka trucks and or rocket ships. I do like that it maintains the flow-through cooler design. The board itself looks a little bit longer than the reference ones from Intel on the B580, but I don't really think that that's an issue. I also think that the nice big fans are going to be great for quiet operation, even if it is a little uggo, because they've maintained this nice flow-through cooler. You can kind of see through here. Like, look at how much space you have behind on the backplate. It's just kind of needless. But that's just what's on the outside. It's what's on the inside that counts. And inside this is the B570. So let's talk a little bit about what that means. As I said earlier, the B570 is a slightly cut down version of the B580. This is 10 gigabytes of GDDR6 memory versus the 12 gigabytes found on the B580, and it's still based on Intel's Xe2 architecture. The new Xe2 architecture comes with basically improvements to every single possible part. It is quite the change over the original Xe architecture that's found on the Alchemist series of GPUs, and it has caused a massive uplift in performance and huge improvements in efficiency. But is that one thing I noticed right away is that the RGB is really bright. Needlessly so. What's a little bit more enjoyable is the fact that the fans have a 0 decibel mode where they just don't run when things are nice and cool. You appreciate it. You love to not hear it. As I said, the B570 is a cut-down version of the B580 by about 10%. But it's usually not a one-to-one thing. The 4070 Ti and the 4070 Super are the same chip, but their performance and their CUDA core counts do not correlate one-to-one. The difference in CUDA cores is greater than the difference in performance between those two cards. That's pretty normal. Usually the gap is a little bit smaller. So I'm hoping to see that this card performs closer to the maybe just 8% worse than the B580. That's kind of optimistic. So the B580, already a great price, $250 for a really highly performant card. B570 is coming in $30 cheaper, except for this one specifically because it's an OC variant. It's $10 more, but that $10 brings a 100 megahertz OC from the factory, which brings it pretty close to how fast the B580 runs. The B580 runs at 2670 megahertz, and the ASRock Challenger B570 is running at 2600 megahertz. So maybe that'll make up some of the performance even more. Let's take a look at labs numbers. Across all of our games in 1080, we see the Intel Arc B580 outperforming the B570 by about 15.5% for the average FPS and 16% for low FPS. And that's kind of disappointing considering that this is just a Prezi Jack away from $250. You could literally skip lunch twice and like buy a better GPU. It's almost too close in price for it to make a ton of sense. It doesn't appear to have any major problems in any specific games. Across our suite, it's a consistent loss. Yeah, Altitude, there's nothing interesting. Black Myth, Wukong, none of these cards can really handle it, with not even the 4060 being able to pass 30 frames per second. To be fair, Black Myth Wukong is at cinematic settings, which kind of brings every system to its knees, but the 4060 is only winning by 7 to 12%. and that card is still $300. The question might be, do you want the 580 right now and can't get it because it's pretty hard to get? Well, maybe you can deal with the 570, but even then, it's just, that's a pretty big disappointment in terms of performance relative to the B580's price. And at 1080p ray tracing, it doesn't really get any better. The 4060 and the B580 both lead the B570 by about 16% in average frame rates, and in 1% lows, the 4060 wins by 20%. It's kind of a blowout. And the B580 is at 19% better. When you're not saving that much money, it becomes hard to justify that much of a performance hit. When we look at 1440p, the story gets a little bit better for the B570. Just as we saw with Alchemist GPUs and with the B580, Intel really scales well when the resolution is cranked. The B570 basically catches right up with the RTX 4060. The RTX 4060 is only leading by about 2% in averages and 4.7% in lows. That's a really compelling offer, right? Like, this is $70 cheaper than the 4060, but it's just not as clear of a victory as the B580 was, which was basically just an obvious win. Do you know what is kind of crazy? For how hard NVIDIA pushes Cyberpunk, it doesn't win in any resolution against the Intel cards. I guess this is as good of a time as any to talk about an elephant that has been in the room. Hardware Unboxed found that on lower tier CPUs, Intel could fall really far behind compared to the RTX 4060. But when you pair it with a high-end CPU, like what reviewers typically use to test GPUs to make sure that there's no bottlenecks, it starts to look a lot better. It scales massively, which I know that you might be getting cynical. You probably want to go, oh, they just made sure it was optimized for whatever the reviewers used, so the reviewers would praise it and give it good press. And I'm not saying that they didn't do that, but what I am saying is that it's more likely tied to significant driver overhead, which means that if you are bottlenecked at the CPU, the bottleneck's going to be way tighter on an Intel card than on an NVIDIA card. There are some real deep dives that have been done. Chips and Cheese did a really interesting blog post where he broke down API calls as well as like everything that's going into a specific frame while it's rendering on the ARC. That shows that there is a lot of efficiency gains that Intel still needs to make, that it's going to reduce the load on your CPU. But it's important to know that the whole reason that we test with high-end CPUs is to show the hardware working without a bottleneck. So, you know, your mileage may vary. It would be fair to expect that Intel's going to probably overcome these issues. Obviously, you should never buy a product based on future promises that it will improve. You should only purchase something based on how it is at the moment you get it. So make sure to take a look at those other articles and videos before you make a purchasing decision. Also, you should take a look at the live stream that we're doing, where we're going to be testing out any game that viewers are asking for on the new B570 to see how they run, to see if those driver issues are getting worked on. We will say it's better than it was a few years back with our Alchemist, but clearly there's still some work to be done. On top of that, you also have features like XeSS 2, which comes with a whole host of features. They have like an NVIDIA Reflex clone, a FrameGen clone, as well as a super sampling clone. XeSS is like super resolution and stuff is quite good, and their FrameGen's arguably better than AMD's because it requires a integration from the game developer. It's not just a driver level thing, but it's a very quiet card. And if that's a priority for you, I think you'd be pretty happy. We'll take a look at hardware info. How are we doing for temperatures? Staying at 60. I wonder if we can get it a little bit higher and see how loud this thing will get under an intense load. It's hitting about 70 degrees on the GPU. The core temperature is at 56. Memory temperature is at 70. The GPU global temperature is usually the one you want to look at. The GPU global setting is just the hottest sensor that is on this card. It's very quiet for staying at 70 degrees Celsius. Also, it should be noted, it's on a test bench. This is like a best case scenario thermally, and we're not running it for a super long time. If it was in a case, it would saturate the air and you'd see temperatures climb. The max temperature for these GPUs is, I believe, 85 degrees Celsius, so it doesn't seem like we're too close, though it might actually be lower on this card, because it looks like we are down clocking now that we are at 72 degrees. We're actually hitting above what the OC says. It's reporting 2750 megahertz and 2650 megahertz. And it's supposed to be OC to just 2600 megahertz. Yeah, it's still dead quiet. If you wanted, you could easily make a trade-off for a little bit more noise if you wanted it to run even cooler. Now we're settling in at 2600, so maybe it's gonna, at the start of a heavy workload, it's we're gonna overshoot that OC, but now it's kind of settling in. So on top of getting XeSS2, you also have other great features like a super capable encoder and decoder on the card. QuickSync is awesome. So if you're somebody who's into streaming and you want to do AV1 encoding or even just typical H.264 stuff, you're gonna have a super high performance card that's gonna be able to handle a lot of streams or like a really high resolution video. This has the same encoder and decoder. It's not cut down in any way compared to what's on the B580, so you can check out our review on that. Honestly, I think that it's just not really enough to justify how small of a price cut it is. The fact that it doesn't keep up with the 4060 is a bummer. Even though price to performance, it probably still puts up a good fight. I just really think that if you can find a B580 at MSRP, you're just gonna be better off with that. So like, why does this exist? If this was at $200, it would be super compelling, though it would risk Intel kind of probably cannibalizing their own sales.
Well, he
so
already
I can see
fell.
why they kind of had to, you know, make a decision. But if all of the AIB OC cards are going to be just $20 cheaper than a reference B580, or even just $30 cheaper than like an AIB B580, why does this exist? The answer is probably yields.
Well, they're so weak.
Will have B580 chips that just aren't going to be functioning properly. Turn off a few of those cores, slap a new name on it, and you can sell that. If it is for yields and they're trying to sell through stuff, they should make a more compelling price off. But as we've seen, there's already availability problems with the B580, so maybe that'll soften that, but I don't know. Thank you.
Hello everyone, and welcome to another Crime Atlas upload. As we wrap up 2024, we are revisiting the 2021 case of Terrell Rhodes. Fun fact, this was one of our first uploads, and I've been wanting to redo this case for a while because the original audio quality was, how shall I put this, poopy.
Bro, I don't care.
Fortunately, we've come a long way.
Talking way too much.
The contact
us and
Just yapping like someone is actually caring about what he says.
my son,
How old's
Shush.
your son?
he'll be 3 in October.
Where did you last see him?
My apartment, somebody came knocking on the door. My boyfriend thought it was related to us, and she ran out the door with my baby.
Okay, what address did this happen at?
It's the Emerald Suite, Building J, off the Convention Center, Paradise and Plain. I'm in
Okay.
Colorado visiting my mom right now, so I'm not in Vegas.
Did somebody
But I'm
already call
catching the
this
first
in?
flight. No, I'm the first person.
Okay, also you said Paradise and Convention Center. Let me see. Give me a moment. Why didn't anybody call this in earlier?
I just found out about it. It just happened.
Oh no, why didn't they call police?
They called me and I panicked and called you guys.
So I know they're building J. Do you know what unit or apartment number they're at?
It's on the inside building. We just moved right before I had left town, so I don't know what the apartment number is. But it's building J on the courtyard side, and it's the third floor corner building all the way to the top left.
Okay. And then, so do we know who might have taken the child or no idea?
At this point, I don't know because nobody knows where we live. But he claims that she said that she was my baby daddy's sister, but I don't talk to any of his family, and he's not on the birth certificate. He has no rights to my son.
So
He's
he
not
gave this
allowed to be in
girl
contact.
the child, and then they left. Is that right?
He was packing my son's clothes, and she ran out the door with him.
Okay. Give me one moment. So this would be your ex-boyfriend's sister, technically, right?
I'm sorry, what?
This is your ex-boyfriend's sister, correct?
Yeah.
Do we know how long ago we last saw the kid?
Maybe 30 minutes ago.
Do we know which way they went?
No.
Okay. Do we know if they left on foot or in a vehicle?
Wearing a gray Adidas sweater with sweatpants.
Oh, I'm sorry. Before we get to that, do we know if they left on foot or in a car?
In a car.
What color, make, and model car were they driving?
He wasn't able to see it.
Okay, that's
He was still in the apartment when she ran out.
Okay. I already have a call set up, so I just need some more info. I want to clarify, there is no child custody paperwork involved, right? Or do you have full custody?
I have full custody. My baby daddy was abusive to me when I was pregnant.
My baby daddy.
They're beating on me when I was pregnant. And
You gonna call him like that after he did some heinous shit to you?
Okay, understood. And what's the child's or the ex-boyfriend's sister's name?
The thing, why always 911 operators sound the same? Do they have like a filter or something? Just curious.
He only has two sisters, so it either be.
Okay,
But it is her.
Okay, I'll go ahead and put your Colorado, but you're working your way back here. If you get any further, please give us a call back right away. Otherwise, you're all set, okay?
Okay, my son leaves at 30, so I should be there around 2:30.
Alright, thank you, ma'am. Bye.
Thank you.
Police dispatch immediately initiated an Amber Alert for potential child abduction. As officers sped towards the scene, the dispatcher reached out to Terrell to get his side of the story.
Hello.
Hey, it's Metro Police on a recorded line. Is this Terrell?
Yes.
Hey, sir. I just spoke with Taylor on the phone, and she advised that her ex-boyfriend's sister may have taken her child.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me get some basic information really quick. When did you last see the child?
Like 50 minutes ago.
15 minutes ago?
50.
Oh, 50? Okay. And then did you see which way they went when they took off?
No, I didn't. I didn't even look out the door.
Okay.
I had no idea. I ain't had no idea he was even coming over here.
Oh, okay. That's what Taylor said. And then do you know what color, make, and model car they might have left in, or no idea?
Ma'am, I don't know.
Okay.
All I know is she had on a gray Adidas sweatsuit.
Okay. Let me get her.
Sweatshirt and pants to match.
Okay, I'm gonna get her description. Did she give you her name?
Excuse me?
Did she give you what her name was?
No, but her name is, my girlfriend gave it to me.
Okay, because she said it's one of two possible sisters. Let me get her description. Was she white, black, Hispanic, or Asian?
She was black.
And then how old did she look?
Like in her 20s.
How tall was she?
Medium build, like 5'9", 5'10".
Okay, and what color hair did she have?
Black.
What color?
Black, red, the little individual, little red.
Black race, okay. And then, did she appear drunk or high at all?
No, ma'am.
Any weapons on her?
No, ma'am, not that I know of.
Okay, and then Amari, what color clothes was he last wearing?
He had his pajamas on still, baby blue pajamas.
Okay.
And,
Baby blue pajamas.
Gray sweater that I grabbed because I was gonna start packing, his stuff up, and then she just said, oh, well, we already got everything we need for him, so you don't need to pack anything.
Okay.
So I just gave him his sweater.
And then, sir, what apartment number are you guys in?
I'm in, 3107, ma'am.
So it's the Emerald Suite, 3107 building, J. John, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna be out there as soon as we can. Any COVID symptoms or exposure to COVID for anybody involved?
Where's the sensor? I'm really confused.
Exposure?
Yeah, any COVID symptoms or exposure to COVID?
No COVID.
Okay, you're all set. We'll be out there soon, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Due to Terrell's claim of a possible paternal relative's involvement, the police initially suspected a child custody dispute that should be handled through the family court process. As a result, the Amber Alert was canceled. At 2:58 p.m., Taylor contacted the police again, hoping to get the Amber Alert reactivated. After a brief discussion, she was informed that officers were on their way to speak with her in person. Perhaps hoping to gain public sympathy and support, Taylor and Terrell went on television to be interviewed by Channel 8 News Now's Joe Mueller.
My sister public is, we miss our baby boy, and if he's watching, mommy and daddy loves you, and we hope you get home soon and safely. To the public, just, share our posts on Facebook, share the news reports, and try to get the word out and his picture around, and keep on a lookout to be able to find, where he is, and to be able to bring him home back safe and sound. My mom got attacked by a dog, and it chewed her tendon in her ankle, so she had
What am I supposed to do, man?
so she was crippled, not able to walk. So I left on Friday to go to help take care of her, and I had only been gone 4 days before I woke up to a phone call saying my son was gone. And when I found that out, I hopped in the car and drove 2.5 hours to get to the airport, since it's a small little country city, and hopped on the next plane and landed in Vegas around 2:30, and then that's when the search was able to happen. I had called police at 7 in the morning to
It says
be able to
destroy the
find
sensor.
the
What is a sensor?
child, and
Let me Google it.
responders came out, and one called and spoke to me over the phone. The other talked to my boyfriend about the situation of what happened, and
Oh, no,
it
not
was
sen
they had a misunderstanding and canceled
sensor.
the
Okay.
search, and so my son was missing for 8 hours with nobody looking for him. And then when I came in town and they were finally able to speak to me is when they finally were able to report him as missing. And they've searched everything and trying to do what they can. We just wish it was, a little bit more.
From my knowledge, I was already notified that somebody would be coming over, but I didn't know when, I didn't expect when, and then when somebody did come, they notified themselves as my girlfriend, baby daddy's sister, and they said they was here to pick up Mark, and notified me that it was already prearranged. So, from my understanding, from already being told by my girlfriend that somebody would be over, I wasn't told who, I wasn't told when, but I still had that in the back of my mind.
Wait. Let's hang on. Let's do it again.
Mine recommended right back to. So that's who I thought was there to pick up Amari, and as I'm finna call my girlfriend and pack his bag at the same time, she says that they already got everything that they need for him, and I don't need to pack anything. He'll be fine. And she recollected, and she proceeded out the door. And as I'm on the phone trying to call my girlfriend, my last look of her, it was just walking down the stairs. So I closed the door and I started calling my girlfriend over and over until she answered the phone and asked her, was anybody supposed to come that day to pick up Amari? And she said no. I said the lady just came to the door, says that she's her baby daddy's sister, and they just picked up Amari. And she started freaking out. That's when I ran out the door and immediately start combing the area, looking around, see what I can, and I ain't see nothing. Bring our son back, wherever you at, bring him back.
Hello?
Like, immediately.
Hello?
Hello?
It's disgusting.
Hello?
He's a helpless
What's up,
Hello?
man?
girl. He's tiny and can't fight
No,
back. He
you
doesn't
wanna
know
watch
where
movie
he's at,
with me
doesn't
and
know where
Abbas?
mommy and daddy
Hell
are.
no!
Only two people that he knows.
No, this one is so funny.
Well, let me guess. It's scary and it's gory.
No, 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 no. It's like the same that we watched last time.
To bring him back safe and sound, 'cause
What did you guys watch yesterday?
it's not okay.
Yesterday it was something scary, but today I'm request something funny because I asked Abbas if if so wanna join.
I have heard
Please,
don't know.
manipulated in some way,
So.
which that's sickening to me.
Why are you guys on to me? You guys can just watch it alone. It's not like I'm hosting it.
He love her.
No, we did we all do it together last time, so why not do it again?
So we're just waiting.
Because I fell asleep and I don't really care about movies.
Someone steps up and
I also fall asleep, but can we please watch it today?
This is what unemployment does to my mother father.
See how that works.
You guys have movie nights like literally every day. You guys get bored of it eventually.
No, let's watch it.
Alright, fine.
free, not doing anything to come out
Good.
and try to help us find him.
When should we watch it? You want it now?
If you can call Wolfie, yeah, sure, we can watch him.
Hold on. Let's go in the group.
Just saying that
Alright,
it's an
but
ongoing investigation, so they're not able to share much, and we can't, share all the details either, because it's still ongoing, and
So?
we're, don't
here, I'll send you the link.
process of trying to find him.
Do you have the group? No need for the link.
Alright, let's see who goes faster.
Figure this out on our own as well.
The Las Vegas community
Fuck!
came into action while police search.
It was me.
I was ready. I was just waiting for you, man. Fuck. No, that's not fair. Whatever.
Okay, wait. Let me ask Abbas.
Alright, I'll mention him too.
He said he wanna watch. He said like, hold on. Did he say?
I
Like
don't know.
he said this. He said, "Are you free later?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "We will watch movie." I said, "Okay, hopefully so wake up." He said, I don't think so." You know what? Yesterday he said, "Fuck so."
He said that?
He said that yesterday. Fuck so. He doesn't want to come. Yeah, he said fuck so. No, you see?
That just proves that he's gay.
No, listen, hear what he say.
Yeah, he said fuck side, like he wants to fuck me or something.
See?
Why? Otherwise, why wouldn't he say that?
Who knows?
Ah.
Let me give it to you what he said. See what he said and send it to you on WhatsApp.
Why? What did you send? Let me see.
Wait, you and Abbas had the same profile picture? What the heck?
No, he stole it from me.
Last night, and that's very bad. I was like, rise, but nobody's answered. So I guess you fell asleep.
Was that yesterday?
Yeah, I left him alone.
He's gonna kill you. Look at that noise. Tell him I'm gonna sleep after dinner.
How do you know? Oh, Abbas
just-
say wait him 10 minutes.
Nah, I'm just pissing him off.
Tell him, Abbas say I'ma send Didi for him. He will send Didi for you.
He'll send Diddy for me?
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck? Videos.
Send you some Didi.
Man, I want Diddy my way out of this.
Well, just wait for that Didi guy.
Bullshit.
What's wrong?
No, I'm just playing, sorry.
What are you playing?
A game called Dynasty Warriors. It's about Chinese history.
Darn.
What do you think of Chinese people? Be honest. Do you hate them because they invaded your country?
No, I don't hate. I always got Chinese people from China.
You always hate people.
No, when I was working as a cashier, I always got a lot of people from China. But okay, I don't want to be racist or anything. I don't hate them, but when I hate them, they come to your country and they don't even want to learn the language, like at least simple English. They doesn't want to learn it.
Well, it's because there's so many of them, right?
Yeah, so many. When people ask, like when I ask what they want, they are confused. They don't know what to use, what to pay with, because they don't know how to say in English. They only know China, so it's kind of hard for me. So I always have to find someone who speaks Chinese.
There's no translators?
There's none. We always have. I always have to leave the counter, and then the queue is long because of them. Because of them, every counter queue is long because these people don't know how to speak English,
Oh my
making
god.
it's complicated for us, for everyone.
These people. I love the way I said it.
No, I'm just saying not Chinese people. Everyone, like everyone in general who doesn't speak English and come to a different country, it's a bit complicated.
Well, the guys in America too, with Spanish people not learning English.
Yeah, I know, right? It's just like, what do they expect? They come to our country and we have to learn their language? No, that is not working. Not in any world it's gonna work that way. One time I got customer from Japan, and they don't know how to speak English or any other language except Japanese. So then I was lucky to find my company boss, not a supervisor, the boss, store boss. And then I said to her, "Can you help me? This customer, he doesn't know how to speak English. He only knows Japanese." So the boss had to call the Japanese translator, not the translator, the Japanese co-workers.
Well, there you go. You can just use it.
No, in this situation, we have because our company is based in
On
Japan.
Japan, yeah. But the thing is, you can just use a translator. Why is that such a big deal?
Yeah, we didn't have a translator.
On your phone?
Bro, they don't know how. I already teach them, already show it. They act dumb. They act dumb. They waited for someone to speak Chinese.
They don't explain. You can't magically do that.
Yeah, I had to find every single person there. Like, who speaks Chinese? And
That's so funny.
luckily, we are so lucky. Malaysian has a three kind of culture, three kind of different race. We have Malaysian, which is Malay.
Yeah.
We are Chinese and Indian, so we are lucky.
Yeah, I agree with it. No, it's just like you're saying as they're lucky and these people like you say it with terms like it's okay to be racist. Well, sometimes sometimes things are not fair, I guess.
Yeah, you know what?
I like you, Raza. You don't hide anything from anyone. If there's bullshit, you just say it.
I just say that's why people say I was so random, I'm so weird, and I was fun to talk with. Everyone say it.
That's a good trait.
Abba says yes when Abba say yes for you. Abba say this.
What did he say? Well, are you screen sharing or something?
See?
Alright, let me see.
If you see these, I have to slow down the brightness so you can see. He said yes.
He
fuck,
said
fuck, will you?
the fuck. He said yes, fuck. So I was making a joke about that, and he actually fucking did it. That's crazy.
Say something. I can voice it for him.
Yeah, are you ready?
Yeah.
We are gay. That's it.
Let me see. Hold on. Hold on.
Yeah, are you ready?
Yeah.
You okay?
Okay. So, how long? You know what? He's lying.
He's gonna like his dinner is gonna be like half an hour. I promise you. He does that every time, and
Yeah,
he's just
so
a
you have to wait.
he's either he's a whale or he's just
It's a
takes a long
whale.
time to eat.
Even I can take 10 minutes because uh, I don't know if is every country has the same. In my school, we get to eat lunch for 30 minutes or 20 minutes only.
Yeah, we have that too.
Yeah, but I don't know how some school got 1 hour, which I can't believe it.
Whoa.
Yeah, mine only 20 or 30. Isn't it the American people has that, or they only or they are the same?
I have no idea, but a whole hour, I'm pretty sure you can do a lot more than just eat.
No, I feel like it's American school.
Yeah,
Don't you
'cause they're
think? Because they
fat.
have because like in their school they also study. Just they study and that study, but they also have a lot of free time.
Yeah, I mean they go really early in school and they leave very late. They have like the sort of academy, like they have classes on different classes. If that makes sense.
Mhm. I've been eating a lot today.
I mean, that's good, man. You gotta
Yeah.
enjoy your food.
Okay. Let me tell you what I eat.
What did you
First,
eat?
first I eat fried noodle.
Okay.
Okay. After that, I eat rice.
I see.
After that, I eat burger.
Burger. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And
For
then
Gordon Ramsay.
I eat some cheese cracker. And now I eating some something like Indomie.
It wasn't fried noodles kind of counts as Indomie?
No,
Wow, dude. You
they are
have
different.
yeah, but you have such a what is it called? Strong like you know when you always want some food? Not
Yeah,
always
like
hungry.
before. No. I feel like I was hungry these days. Like always, like last year, starting from last year and now, I'm always hungry. Before I'm not. Even though when I'm still working, I'm not hungry. I did not eat so much. Like after I stopped working because I was sick, I eat a lot.
Well, I think you should eat also more. What how much do you weigh? If you don't mind me asking.
41 kilograms.
41?
Yeah, I'm on the weight. I eat a lot, but my body doesn't change.
Didn't you used to be 45?
No, never.
Never? Okay, then I was confused. How tall are you?
I used to be 37.
My God, Riza, that's like under 100 pounds. That's
Yeah, like
considered
last,
very
like
very.
no, like I know, like last year I got sick. I got sick. I think I got fever, and then my weight was 38.
Holy shit, dude.
And then my mom said you look horrible, and I said no, I need to go to work. I have to. They the clinic wouldn't give me medical leave. I have to. My boss wouldn't allow me. My mom said you have to stay. Don't you see you are so skinny? Like my mom said, I can see your collarbone. I can see your bone, like, your bone, the shape of your bone. No, I mean like I know I'm that skinny, but I people can't really see my shape of bone. But when I'm that time sick, my mom can see I'm so skinny and pale. Like, but
Yeah.
even my face are so skinny. Like you can see just like the skull, nothing more. You can see the shape of it. Oh, it was scary.
When was that?
Mm, last year I can't remember which month, but it was when I was working. I got really sick. Everyone thought I had COVID. I've been fever for almost 1 week.
Interesting. I did not. I never. You never told me about this. I remember you told me you had fever, but I didn't know it was this scary.
Yeah, no, but I did not throw up or anything. I just find whenever I got sick, I did not throw up. Didn't. So yeah.
Well, at least you're better now.
Mhm. Um.
Is that why you quit?
No, I quit my job because my legs is hurting a lot. And then I told to my friend just now, and then you know what my friend said?
What
Do you
did
know
they?
what you have, Raisa? And I said what? And then he said you have a sickness called lazy.
Dude.
It's
No.
not laziness. I told him I have appointment from the doctor to see a doctor, orthopedics, yeah, orthopedics doctor, for checking my muscle on my legs. Yeah, because it's not called laziness. I've been having this kind of problem ever since ever since I was a little kid. But until last year, it got worse. Like last year, it started to get worse. I was scared.
Don't you think it was because you having to stand up all the time?
Yeah, but my leg always hurt when I was a little kid. Like everyone say I'm fine, I'm not sick. People might seems like look at me outside, I'm not sick, but I am sick on the inside. Like I can't do heavy activity. I can't do whatever. I can't do cycling. I can't do marathon. I can't really do swimming. It's not because lazy, because I have shortness of breath. My legs hurts whenever I stay out so long. Whenever I walk, my leg hurts because it's giving a lot of pressure on my legs. So not a lot of activity I can do here. I'm so sad. I've been trying to do swimming and then I got tired. I just do a little bit only and I tired. Not even a 10 minutes of swimming, already tired.
Well, I think you can do it. Like, I think you can just try one step at a time. Like, you say you just get tired immediately, is that what it is?
Yeah.
So it's not like it's not like your body hurts. It's more like you get tired, you run out of breath.
That's also yeah, that's because I don't know, I always have that. I remember I have that since I was 15. I remember when I go for a marathon, I was doing like it's just a short one. I can't even finish it, and then we always has ambulance to offer when someone is fainted there or injured during the marathons. So yeah, they offer me to take into the ambulance because they see I would look so weak and pale, but I refuse. I say I want to continue it.
You wanted to continue?
Continue running our marathon, school marathon. So I keep
Yeah.
going. And my friend was beside me, helping me to go through it also.
I see. Well,
yeah.
Like I said, I mean, if you want the boring answer, you gotta start like, trying to increase your endurance. Gotta start walking, then you gotta start running a little bit.
I did walk. And then when I walk.
You do, trust me, you do. You walk a lot. I mean, the
No,
fact
I
that
used to walk a lot. You know what? Maybe this last year I walked a lot. Since 2020, actually since 2020, I've been walking a lot. From house to train, from house to train. You can tell me, everyone know who is the one active in the family. It will be me, my mom, and my dad. Because my little sister and my big sister, they don't walk a lot. They just use the taxi, not walking a lot. Me walking every day, no matter what time it is, morning, even afternoon, night time, I always walk. Because I was walking. So I just walk, and walk. Maybe that's what happened. It's giving the pressure so much that is why my legs starting to get worse.
you can never get hurt from walking. Walking is actually really good for your body. Like for your
Yeah,
overall body.
walking.
Hear me out. Hear me out.
Yeah,
Listen. Listen. Like, like you standing up, I think is really what made it worse because standing up and walking is very different from each other. Trust me.
and that is what I'm
It's
gonna
really bad.
say. From standing up, is putting so much pressure. On top of that, I ignore it because it doesn't fully form it yet. So I start walking. When I start walking, that is how I can feel hurt. That is where it started coming. I go to the hospital. You know what the doctors say? Jimmy, your legs look fine. Nothing wrong with it. It was hurting inside. The moment I step out from the doctor office, doctor room, my leg gotten bigger.
Your what?
The moment I step out from the doctor room, my leg was swollen. It was bigger, half big. Yeah, and
No, that doesn't.
I.
Bro, it doesn't get better magically just because the doctor went away.
No, it is because the doctor start to pinch my leg. She start to pinch my leg.
So you think she did that?
Yeah, no, it's not from her. It was what I was trying to tell her. What's happening with my leg? It was big and swollen. At my workplace, it was swollen and big. I tried to tell her that, but she sees nothing. When I come in, my leg was just a little bit swollen. Not so much. You could barely see it. And then she started to pinch it and touch my leg, the one where it hurts. And I came out, my leg hurt so badly from her pinching because she just wanted to chat.
So it was
And
her
then,
fault then.
no, it's not her fault. He just wanted to check. But when she touched it at that moment, it wasn't that swollen. But when I get out after that, it was hurt. I couldn't walk. You can ask my aunt. I cannot walk. I was like I was trying to look for a cane or for a wheelchair.
Okay, buddy.
No, it's real. Like Miley, it was like.
But like you're gonna exaggerate it a little bit. I mean, come on.
Yeah, but at that time, my leg feel like half paralyzed. I can't feel my leg, my half leg. I can't feel it. Actually, it was left leg. I can't feel it anything.
Interesting.
Yeah, I feel like I wanna crawl, but I can't. If I started to crawling, I can't get it up because I need both legs to get up.
Well, of course, you're a human being. You need two legs.
No, it was not. I mean, and then now it's okay. This one is gone, but it still hurts sometimes. But at least not swollen, yeah. Where's Abba? The freaking gay guy is not.
I'm telling you, bro. He's not coming, bro. He's just gonna waste your time.
He will. He always invite me for a movie night. Trust me.
But he never comes.
He always.
You know what we should do? You want him to come early? Say we're gonna go to sleep. Just say that he's gonna immediately come.
Really?
Try.
Okay, let's see.
If I was wrong, I'll give you whatever you want.
I know one.
Give me,
Shit.
give like a 5 minute. Oh.
Oh my god.
Hello?
Oh.
I think he heard me from the stream.
Hi, dude.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. We were just talking about you. Do you feel anything like you started to cough a lot?
No.
If we can
Are you
talking
sure?
about you. Yeah. I think he was joking just now, like, oh, are they talking about me?
No.
We were talking shit about you because you called me gay.
Wait, do you hear his voice a bit slow?
Yeah, his brain is slow. He's not slow.
Abba's voice
For
is
real.
Abba's voice is so slow, like it's so far away.
No, it's not far away. I think she just meant like it takes forever for you to respond.
No, it is. His voice sounds so far. Like
It's
far
fine. It sounds fine for me.
Let me join. Let me rejoin.
I
Bro,
don't know.
stop trolling him, bro.
No, I was being real. Like, I can.
Bro, she's fucking with you.
Lol.
Oh, well.
So you know the reason why are you here, right?
Huh?
No.
What?
What's the reason? You
Saying
tell
it's
me.
Saudi boy. Because they're going to watch a movie. That's why you.
Yes, review.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Gotcha.
Actually,
Yeah, we
I'm gonna
should.
watch you. Actually, I'm gonna watch you and so doing something. Siku.
Siku.
Oh my god.
Astaghfirullah.
Hey, you know what siku?
Must be something very haram.
You know what? In my language, siku is mean elbow.
Means apple?
Yeah, in my language, siku is not it's not haram thing. It's not a bad word. It's mean your elbow in Malay language. Yeah,
Okay.
siku mean elbow. Trust me, it's real. You can search on internet.
Siku.
So Abbas doesn't want to watch scary movies, so he said anything besides scary is acceptable.
Then we can
And
play
gory.
the third part of the Naked Gun.
Why? It has a third pun?
Yeah.
Alright, fine. Let's do it.
Wait,
You guys watch
how
the
about
second
other
part,
movies?
I mean, you
How about
guys
other movies?
like what? What other movie?
I don't know. Maybe we try something in.
I mean, it would only make sense if we finished the series, and it was pretty good.
What about them?
Do you even remember how the story goes from the season part to season 2?
I don't care. I'm just laughing for the joke.
I don't remember.
Does it really have a story? It's just a bunch of like Mr. Bean shit.
It have a story. That is why they made 3.
There's no
Why
story
would you
to
think they
it.
made 3 if there's no
They just
story?
literally killed us.
Serious.
They killed a terrorist, and that terrorist was like. Apparently, he was a cop.
I suggest we all watch Napoleons. Napoleons.
Nepal. Oh my god. Why Napoleons?
The 2 hours,
Why not
almost 3 hours.
Why not Jewish?
No,
then?
no, I wanna watch this one. I don't know. I saw recently someone purchased Batman car. It was so amazing.
Oh, do you guys know about Batman?
Oh yeah, what about it?
You already watched it?
To be honest, I did not watch it.
You want me to play Batman?
No.
I mean,
So
it's
doesn't
good.
want Batman.
Batman is good.
Yeah, so it doesn't want black man. Just say you don't want it. Why I gotta put my name to it? So doesn't want that.
Anything I would
First of all, we
Let's just play Naked Gun, man.
No, first of all, we did not talk about Black Men. We are talking about Batman. So what's wrong with your ears?
No, let's play Naked Gun, and that's it.
How about we? Oh no, let's watch White Chick, please.
Listen, bro. We already made the decision.
No,
It would only make sense if we continue this series.
No, how about White Chick?
White Chick is.
Please, Abbas, White Chick.
I watched White Chick like maybe 10 times and I'm gonna really good.
No, how about please let's just watch White Chick. It's so funny.
White Chick is so funny, but
I like this one.
I'm
I
gonna
like
be
this
very
one part where
bored.
there's. No, please. I like this one part where they started to sing in the car. I forgot the song. No, what the song is like? And I
Yeah.
need you.
Yeah.
I want that. Can we watch
The
it,
black
please?
guy and the guy, another chick.
Can we watch White Chick, please? Let's watch
Come
White
on,
Chick,
bro. White
Abbas.
Chick is not fun. Come on. You're
It
calling
is.
me
What
white
do you
chick? What
think?
the fuck? I'm not your white chick. What the hell?
Just watch White Chick.
Bro, South.
So it's a yes.
If you guys are not watching Naked Gunman, I'm not gonna play with you guys.
We watching.
Bro, she's
We-
calling me white chick.
My decision is very futile, and then I don't think you guys will change my mind.
You don't give a fuck about your decision, nigga.
All right then. Well,
You know who's the owner here?
Abbas.
yeah, it's me.
No, it's you. It's Riza.
No, it's I'm pretty sure in the group it says me.
Yeah, we can play Naked Gun Riza. We can like watch
Okay, just
White
play
Chick
Naked
someday.
Gun. Whatever.
because you know your baby girl is on mood swings right now. So he might left if you argue, you know.
No, I think my decision is very makes sense and it makes everyone happy. You guys wanna go ahead and play some gay shit? No, thank you.
No.
Not gay shit,
Okay,
what
okay,
you
okay,
mean?
wait. Let's not watch. Okay, let's not watch White Chick. Let's just watch Naked Gun. Or the one that we watched yesterday, Abbas. The second season 2. Or
Of hostel?
uh-huh. Let's go.
No,
Watch that one.
he's gonna be leaving in like 2 minutes. That
So do you
movie is
wanna watch
literally
it?
banned in different
So do you
regions.
wanna watch it? So that movie?
No, listen, Raisa. So
Wait.
let's watch the Naked Gun Part 3. Then after this we can watch Hostel second part, okay?
Okay, yeah, sure. Let's watch Naked Gun.
They got a whole fucking schedule, bro. Didn't you got shit to do tomorrow, Wolf?
Fuck
No,
this
we are
shit, man. You
jobless.
have to enjoy.
I don't think Wolf is jobless.
I am
I'm
jobless.
not. I'm not, but I mean, I have to enjoy, bro. I honestly, I love watching movies with my friends.
Alright.
So I will join from my laptop. Be right back. Bye bye.
Take your time.
Bye bye.
Where he going?
It's gonna go to sleep.
No,
No,
he's
bro.
going
I
to
said
bed.
I will join from my laptop.
He always done that.
Yeah, because you know, I don't recommend watching movies on my LED. I mean, I don't recommend anyone watch movies in front of family on a whole big ass screen. You're gonna be in trouble.
Wow, you're gonna see another girl with a penis? It's gonna be safe.
Maybe. It's not safe.
Oh my god, this
Okay,
fucking...
be right back.
This is so bullshit!
Bullshit. Oh.
Shut it up.
Uh-huh. So cold weather.
No, damn well I'm gonna fall asleep the second the fucking movie starts.
Why? Are you sleepy already?
No.
Come sleepy. It's so full.
Just you know, no, you know what? Just play whatever you guys want. It doesn't matter, even if it's scary.
Because you
No,
don't
no,
fall asleep.
I'm not gonna fall asleep. I'm gonna watch it, but like without sound and while I'm closing my eyes so I don't get scared.
No need to get scared. We all are here together with you.
Yeah, sure, that's gonna help.
Of course it will.
Guys only scare me more.
Relax. So
It's okay, it's okay. Just play whatever you guys want. No, we don't have to play
Okay.
gunman.
So I wanna ask you something.
Sure.
So what do you think about Amina?
I haven't talked to her.
What do you think about her?
Like, facial wise,
Yeah.
she's alright. She looks like Foodie Beauty. Do you know Foodie Beauty?
Who is that?
You don't know who that is?
I don't know. Huda Beauty. Oh, I know the makeup brands.
The fat guy?
What is the fat guy?
No, you said she is fat, I guess.
So do you think Amina is nice?
I don't know who Amina is. I can't tell you if she's nice or not. I haven't talked to them.
Oh, really?
Oh, of course it was you. Why am I not surprised? A Malaysian number? And Wolf not making up a fucking story for her? Yeah, sure. That was shit. You didn't even try, bro. You coulda, I swear to God, you coulda fooled me so hard.
Uh-huh.
You could have gotten like so
This
much.
right.
Well, she's going there in DMs as if I know her. Why do you do this? Why do you catfish people for no fucking reason? What's the point? Well, you are using a picture that's not yours, and pretending you're someone you're not. That is called catfishing.
It was Abba's idea. It was like, look. He giving me my age, my height, my weight, my full name.
Wow, and you didn't even tell me a single thing out of him. Bro went nothing with the script.
No, hold on. Okay. My age is 24. I am 51 kg. My height is 165.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask those things. What the fuck
And
is
then,
this?
yeah, and my name is Amina Tariq.
Amina Tariq.
And then Abba said it. If someone says I'm making new friends, I don't have much friends. He giving me a script. He giving me a script. Do you see that is why he invited me? If I invite Amina, everyone would suspect it was me.
Well, it was a Malaysian number, so that suspicion is already there. I even like made a joke about you being the person behind it, and Wolf was quiet about it. I thought he didn't thought it was funny, but now it makes sense why.
Oh, I did not prank you only.
What's that?
I prank Misha. Misha, you, Wally, even
So you DM'd each and every one of them.
no, just a few one. Wait, hold on. Like, what Abba say?
You would be perfect for if you wanna like.
So what Abba say?
What the fuck is this?
Did you
I
hear
don't
what
know.
he say?
Yeah.
He say what the fuck is? Where is he? How long does it take for him to join?
Oh my God! Can you like?
What?
No, sorry, I was playing.
Oh, I thought you were talking to me.
That leave it laugh. Can you?
Chico.
If you can spam, I can spam too.
Okay.
No.
Who are you spamming?
No, he's just like doing the same move every time. Just throwing rocks at me. Thinking he's good. I could do that too, motherfucker. I just choose not to.
throw some gasoline.
Like what? Fart on him?
Yeah, if that's possible.
Okay, okay, okay. Ah! Fuck pussy.
Oh.
Hello?
Hello, Chico.
Hello! OMG!
Yes.
We got a special guest. How are you?
Could be better. And you?
I'm amazing. What should I refer you?
Well, maybe. I mean, just Iron, I guess.
Iron. Ah, that sounds perfect. Riza. She got all shy now. Riza is my friend. I've known her for like 3 years. But I've known you a lot longer. Since like what, 2020? 2019, in fact. This is the first time I've heard you.
I mean, first time we've actually seen was in, I don't know, in 2019?
Yeah, was John.
Well, we were playing VR chat.
I think so. Or Garry's Mod, something like that.
We were playing VR chat, and I have
Oh.
pictures from there.
Oh, yeah, you're right, my bad. Now I remember.
No. Well, I mean, I don't know if I can. I mean, I don't know where can I stand these pics. No. Let me check.
Honestly, it's been a while.
Yep. Also, I wonder. Hello.
Oh. Oh my god, bro. Your volume is too high.
Everybody.
Wait. That's a lot of people.
What's that?
That's a lot of people.
Yeah,
Wait,
we
wait,
kind of.
wait. Is
Are
that
you on your
Waleed?
phone, bro? God damn, that's so loud. Just get away from the mic. Oh, my ear.
Are you Waleed or what? Are you Waleed from the group?
No, that's Iron. That's my
Oh.
friend. I've known them
But he
for
sounds
4
like
years.
Waleed.
Sounds nothing
Oh,
like
that's
Walid.
clear. Come on, man.
Iron sounds a lot
Don't be weird.
softer. I don't care. Stop yapping.
I mean, I can change my voices actually. I can be a lot.
Oh my god.
You know?
That's like the stalker voice.
Older. But since I'm trying to be friendly, I'm using just.
Bro, taking some serious voice actors sessions.
I mean, that's actually very. I mean, I was just using the voice acting like just for fun. I mean,
Hello?
Ah, that makes sense.
hello.
I'm scared. I don't want to watch horror movie.
Oh, now you're scared all of a sudden. Okay, you know what? I want to watch a horror
Yeah.
movie.
To be honest, my favorite horror I have ever seen in my life was Come and See.
Wait, is
Come
this,
and See?
Is this Andre? Is that Andre?
Andre? No, that's not Andre.
He sounds like Andre.
I mean,
Well done.
To be honest, Iron sounds more like Alice. Do you remember Wolf?
Yeah.
I really like it.
I mean, I don't know any of them.
Alice is Russian, but like
Yeah.
he's very cute.
I mean,
No geisha, obviously.
I mean,
But he's gay, but what the hell?
I mean, that's why I'm saying no geisha.
I mean, I am kind of a bit opposite because I mean, no, not in that way. I am a bit in a different situation because I am from the Ohio of Europe, aka Poland.
Yeah. I
Why
mean,
you sound like my friend?
which friend is that?
James.
James who?
You don't know James. I know James.
Yeah, sure.
He's my
I relate. What kind of
James
stuff?
Warner.
James Bond.
yeah game for cooking. Cooking. Can be
Like
the
good
voice
at that.
actor. You can be the voice actor. Mimicking people's voice is amazing.
I mean, Alex.
Can you make Abba's voice? That's fine.
I mean,
Al
I don't feel myself to be a voice actor, like doing it as a job. Actually, I mean, I'm just myself.
I respect that, honestly. You just have
I mean,
a good time.
I mean, the most important. I don't know who would require me to do these things. I mean, I can change the accents. I can be even a German person. Or I can bring some vodka from the Tsarist Russia.
There's the stalker. That's pretty cool.
Yes. I mean, if I would try to use the Polish accent, I mean, the Polish accent is just, I mean, it's definitely not Russian one. That definitely is not sounding like a Russian accent.
What does it sound like, though?
But in the same time, it's
Wait,
not like
can
it
you
doesn't
make
sound that.
can you make Fatima Ladyboy accent?
Could you
Bro,
make it again?
that doesn't even. Fatima's like an inside joke. It's not. You're not gonna understand that. She has bad humor. I'm sorry.
I mean,
But
my humor is just dark.
so as long as it's somewhat funny, bro.
Yeah, I know, right? La, la, la. Where is her boss? Where is that idiot guy?
I don't know. He came from his phone. Now he's coming, I guess, from his laptop. He's just trolling. He's just stalling the whole mission. Today's mission.
Oh.
So what are you doing, Aaron?
Haram.
To be honest, right now, actually, I do nothing right now. I mean, I would play something like, I mean, I don't know. I could play like, literally, again. If I would like to play with someone, I have one tiny issue.
And what is that?
I am kinda niche with the games. Like, I can't play. I mean, I am not the person who can play everything.
What are you so picky when it comes to your games?
Probably by that. I mean, probably my autism makes me do that. Yeah, I'm born with autism. Right. I prefer the games which are like slow. I like to explore. I like to build. I like to like maintain things, build the huge economies, etc. I'm very specific.
So strategy. I'm sorry, excuse me.
Not only, yeah, strategy games, city builders, economy games, and survival games.
Damn, these are pretty slow. What about like open world?
I love them. Not gonna lie.
Like Fallout.
Well, I have right now. I can play like literally every single Fallout game.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
We gotta be picky about that.
We
I
gotta
am
be picky
also
about that.
also I am very I am also, but to be honest, if I would have to pick between Fallout, Metro, and Stalker, I mean these games are completely different from each another.
Yes.
But personally, I would pick Stalker. But Stalker 2, I am not going to play it by one simple reason.
Frame rate.
The frame rate of this game is made from a trash pile.
Let's watch a movie.
That's true.
Like imagine that I am playing Cyberpunk 2077 on medium graphics, and I have this game in 50 FPS. I turned on Stalker 2 on minimal graphics, and I had 5 FPS.
5? What kind of graphics card do you have?
My GPU. GTX 6050.
Well, I'm sorry to break it to you, but on today's standards, all they have is an RTX 4060 90 or something like that. The evolution got really fast, really quick.
I will be very honest with this. Like, my country will soon get into complete bankruptcy.
Oh God, don't say that.
Just in 2 years.
Oh, we don't want that, bro.
Like, imagine when your country gets a debt from, I mean, you get your previous debt in the last year was like $258 billion. Now it's 200,000 billion. I mean, $320 billion. Like, it growed by 1/3 in a 1 year. The state debt.
That's the. I mean, I don't know much about politics, to be honest with you, so I can't comment about that.
I mean, that's the
Yeah.
economics.
What stream?
Hang on.
What
What are you watching?
Bro, what the fuck?
We're watching
Group icon. What the fuck is this group icon?
That's Iraq.
Ryza. It's always Ryza.
What happened? Well, let me see.
The group picture, bro.
It better be not something naughty, bro.
Check it out.
Let me. Ryza.
Salam pumpkin. Salam pumpkin.
It's a pumpkin, you idiot.
I'm gonna put a picture of you. How about that?
It's a pumpkin, can't you see?
Did you just call me a cunt? That's
It's
crazy.
a pumpkin.
Yeah, I know.
Wait, is this the Baghdad?
I think so.
Yeah.
Well, that's the sun.
No, it's a Lebanon.
Okay, I'll change. I hope you're happy with the new profile picture.
I think it's Beirut.
Aw,
actually.
so
Are you
cute.
guys happy with the new profile picture?
I like it. Wholesome.
You do? You do?
Isn't that like the Egyptian dude? Forgot his name.
Who?
Yes, Idi Amin.
Yeah.
The hell, Mia Khalifa.
And Messi.
No.
Muammar Gaddafi.
No, it's Messi.
Muammar Gaddafi. Incredible.
Mikhail Gorbachev.
The Americans believing I am a nice guy. In some of their polls, I am more
It's
popular.
gone really political.
Khomeini.
This is getting us nowhere. If we do nothing else this week, we must conceive at least one terrorist act that will show all the world that the United States, the great
That's the Iranian dude.
tiger, have we
Excelente idea.
Fun fact is that like literally every single person here, I mean, in this movie died.
Is that the Taliban?
Nah, it's Khomeini, the former leader of Iran.
Indiana Jones.
Right, that person actually, that was just he was love. He's a leader of Palestine, if I remember properly.
What the fuck?
Boom, boom. Is this real or what?
What the hell?
It's the bomb, dude.
His hairs.
Stop that.
Yeah, I told you it was emo.
I'm Lieutenant Frank Drebin, Police Squad. And don't ever let me catch you guys in America.
Naked country. देखिए दिखा रहा हूँ. कोई जिसने ड्राइवर ले लेता है.
Baby, baby.
Okay, buddy.
I thought we were gonna watch horror movie.
Yeah, after this.
So you say you wanna
But
watch
you say you're
now?
scared.
No,
You're
I'm fine.
scared, you said.
No, I
I don't think so I can watch it. Yeah, but I don't think so I can watch it.
Oh, she's just trolling you at this point.
My favorite horror movie is literally from Soviet Union.
What, Chernobyl?
Oh.
No, Come and See, from 1986.
What's it about?
Oh. We can stream it later.
It's literally psychological horror from about the
Ghosts?
perspective of the child in World War II.
Oh god.
What the hell?
How is that
the
possible? This police car got enough of space to get into that.
She's going on a roller coaster now.
Yep. Just American movie.
Yeah. Just American.
No, I don't like roller coaster.
Oh wow, they're fun. Oh, she's gotta bump up. I guess they're getting donuts. Oh, never mind. Los Angeles Harbor.
Harbor.
Hamburger.
Hamburger.
Is that how you pronounce it? Harbor.
I don't know.
Meanwhile, in Polish and Russian, port.
Port. It's a port. Ooh, can I have one of that device? I want to buy
The hell, I love you? What the fuck?
I need what he has so I can spy on so
It's not creepy at all.
it's so normal.
What's the normal thing you've ever said?
Abnormal.
I am myself. Oh
Yeah.
no, I think I know this scene.
No, I can't.
Guess this is really iconic.
It's the all the shooters are inside.
So, are you sure he's not angry? Uh-oh.
Oh, too late.
What the freak?
What a wussy.
Oh, it's him.
I don't know.
Kill him.
Stupid police.
Kinda, this is Mr. Bean. A weapon.
He killing himself.
No, not the
What the
cake.
hell?
Oh, it's for the party boy. Oh, we're gonna make a Japanese joke there.
McDonald Douglas.
McDonald's?
Look, hi. Look, hi.
It's a plane.
Yeah.
Oh.
Him?
We all heard what you did. Thank you. I just want to know one thing. Is it true what you wrote me about Victoria?
I'm afraid so, Frank. She just ran off with some guy. They got married last week.
Well, then it's over. It's all over. All of this is meaningless. I did it for her. I did everything for her.
Oh, come on. Don't tell me she's not gonna be in the movie.
And you came down here to get a hot story, didn't you? Pictures of me to sell your lousy newspaper. Frank. Sure, you think I'm...
Eh.
Do any of you understand?
Scheisse. Return German.
Frank, they're not here for you. Weird Al Yankovic is on the plane.
What about the wedding? What was she wearing?
Don't torture yourself, Frank. Just put her out of your mind.
Well, I can't get her out of my mind. What about the guy? You know anything about him?
Not much. Just that he's an Olympic gymnast, and it's the best sex she's ever had.
Oh, did you saw he throw the hat?
Followed my heart foolishly, it seems.
He's talking about his wife.
That's why I took my vacation.
Yeah.
So she's not gonna be in the movie.
Well, let's find out.
She's so cute though.
Of course I might marry someone else because her wife want a baby, but Frank cannot have one.
I don't care.
What do you mean who cares?
Look, bro. Look, look, look.
I just don't want
I
babies.
see it titties.
Where?
Look, look.
Let me see.
It's a boobies.
The what?
You're baiting. Oh.
These boobies.
It's just two buildings with like. Oh, come on, man. You got me excited for no reason.
No, he said everywhere she just remind me of her. Like, what the fuck?
Ah.
Oops.
So,
I thought Abbas was gonna reverse it back.
well, got really excited over these boobies.
What the heck?
What a piece of shit. He
Bro,
took
I
the
didn't even see. Are they
free,
blind
free
or
care
something?
package.
Oh, Zinji boy.
I found our
Is that-
picture.
This was sold.
Yeah, everything is done. Shut your mouth.
Yeah.
The lady also sold.
He's going to fuck it up. What the shit?
Oh no! Oh my god, he gave him a head too.
What the hell? Poor guy.
And he got
I'm
squished twice.
going to send it. Can I send it on Medium or?
It's up to you. You can send it whatever you want. It doesn't matter.
Who were they?
Send.
That's right. No,
Let me see.
When you're better, we'll go sailing together on a boat. We'll take cruise.
Oh, dude.
Drugs.
That was John in the middle.
Quick, give this man some drugs. Quick, can't you see he's in
Oh no, that was you in that's you in the middle.
Yes.
My bad.
And that one person, I think that person is no longer using Steam or is dead.
No, they're in the group.
What the hell?
They're in the group. Their name is John now. They're in the server. Let me mention them.
Oh, it's hard to tell.
Is that wait? Is that person on the server?
Mm-hmm.
A gay lover.
There.
Gay lover, what
Gay
the fuck?
lover.
Oh.
She's acting like he's dead. What the fuck?
Of course he's acting like that because Frank said a gay lover.
He's Saudi boy so happy when you mention gay lover.
Shut up, bro. I'm laughing about something else.
That is so kings.
Don't you worry, Wilma. Your husband is going to be all right. Don't you worry about anything. Just
Ew.
positive. Never let a doubt enter your mind.
A little snob.
Right, Wilma. But I wouldn't wait until the last minute to fill out those organ donor
Lap.
The hell?
Okay, that's just.
What I'm trying to say is that Wilma, as soon as Nordberg is better, he's welcome.
What kind of name is Norberg?
Unless he's a drooling vegetable.
That's the black guy.
Yeah, but weird name, Norberg.
Wilma, can you think of any reason that Nordberg was at the waterfront last night?
To be honest, I've got one picture from Gary Smith you could actually like.
I love you out of Caracas.
I could what?
Panamanian ship. Frank, when Nordberg said I love you, he was telling you the name of the ship. I realize that now. We'd better
I realize that now. What the fuck?
the available man on this. I can't spare anybody, Frank. You know we're in charge of security for Queen Elizabeth's visit. I'm short-handed already. Wilma, I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on, Wilma.
No, let's grab a teach. What the fuck?
Just a quick bite.
Where is
Is
this?
this a church?
No, that's the court.
A cult?
Court.
Queen Elizabeth.
This is the high court.
Mayor Barkley, will the city hire additional security officers for the police force?
Okay, it's a church.
No, it's a Kurt.
No, but so it's a church.
Not a church.
I know, it's a high
Ah.
court.
Oh, a cart.
Yeah, that one.
Nah, it's a Kurt.
Exactly. It's a court.
If that would be a church, there would be at least a cross there.
Or
There
none.
is, in his mind, there's a cross.
Protestants. Never mind.
Your Honor, protecting the safety of the Queen is a task gladly accepted by police squad. For no matter how silly the idea
Is that Frank?
of the Queen might be to us, as Americans we must
He is Frank.
and consider it hopeless.
Isn't that Queen Elizabeth is Britain's?
Thank you, Lieutenant Drebin. Of course, we
Hmm?
have a stake
What?
Well,
portion of the Queen's
Oh, his mic is attached. And now he's going to the restroom. What the fuck?
You think so?
His
I just
microphone
closed
is
the door.
attached with him. Look.
We're having
His
a leak.
microphone is attached. It's still working.
wait.
Bro,
Isn't
he's
she
making
the
from
reference
Lebanon.
for Margaret Thatcher?
What's that?
Isn't she a reference for Margaret Thatcher?
What is what? What reference is that?
Well, she was the prime
What
minister.
is wrong with this?
I have no idea.
Margaret
Maybe.
Thatcher. The Iron Maiden. I mean, she was called the Iron Maiden.
I
No,
don't
no
know.
politician, dude. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Ew, how long he wants to be?
Took a long break.
Well,
Uh-oh.
Oh,
We went to a number
Well,
two.
That boyo got a bladder like a fucking. So
I
sorry.
know, right?
He got a bladder like
What the heck?
Oh, it's at least 7 for 2 gallons.
Nah, like 10 tons.
10 tons.
The water tank
No, I took care of that.
for the truck, 10 tons.
Makes sense, you know. Good policeman, bright future.
It's a moving. It's a moving detective. Very mobile.
Pier 32.
Oh my
heck?
god.
So many cards.
Literally signed into every bank. Is he dead?
My memory ain't so great.
Yeah.
This'll refresh your memory.
I don't know, it's still kind of hazy.
How about this?
Yeah, I remember him. I used to see him around. Why do you want to know?
I can't tell you that.
Well, maybe this'll help.
I really don't think I should.
Yeah, you think so?
His name is Nordberg. He's a cop.
What the fuck?
Dealing H. What? I'm telling you, he was dirty.
Oh, you sniveling scum! I ought to
All right. He worked at Ludwig's shipping. He tried to push something on one of my boys. I swear it. So what are you gonna do about it, copper?
Well, why should I tell you?
Maybe this'll help. You spot me at 20?
Corruption.
How about now?
All right, I'm
Yeah.
I'll find out if you're telling the truth.
What the fuck?
At the end, he came up with 20. He's the winner.
He managed
Yeah.
to 20 extra pounds.
It's a reverse
20
corruption.
bonus.
Yeah. They get 100, he got 120 back.
But they're so cheap. They're like exploding each other for 20 bucks. What the fuck?
He is a bad driver, I can tell.
Now he's going to fuck all the fishes here.
Trust me, I am.
What the hell?
I am the worst driver here.
Better than no driver, I guess.
Nah, trust me. When I was playing
Cuban.
GTA, I was literally hitting every single lamp, pole, hydrant.
That's your type of cigarette, huh?
Yes, sir.
Astaghfirullah. No good.
I love that, man.
What do you love?
The Cuban.
Cuban.
Oh.
Like the Japanese fighting fish. Beautiful, graceful, elegant. Yet, single-minded of purpose and deadly when it finds what it wants. This particular one is valued at over $20,000. A luxury item, to be certain, but as you can see, I am a man who appreciates the finer things in life. Oh, this is a rare samurai pen, a gift from Emperor Hirohito.
Wow.
Unbreakable, impervious to anything but water.
Unbreakable, he's going to break it.
That's fascinating.
But I'm sure you didn't pay me this visit to hear a lecture on fine art, Lieutenant. To what do I owe the honor?
I'm investigating the attempted murder of one of your dock workers.
What the heck?
A man named Nordberg. Police officer.
He's still alive, then?
He was shot 6 times. Fortunately, the bullets missed every vital organ.
So you gotta get electric. No, you're good.
So they were able to get him to the hospital in time.
Yes, he's in the intensive care ward at Our Lady of the Worthless Miracle.
Well, this certainly comes as a shock to me, Lieutenant. But as you know, I am not the kind of man who takes this type of thing lightly. And there is no room in my organization for any type of criminal activity. Look out there. A vast commercial development built by me. Do you have any idea what was out there just 5 years ago? You bet you do. Orange groves, acres of them, as far as the eye could see. But now, of course, that land is able to generate 10 times the amount of profit per square foot. Are you all right, Lieutenant?
Okay, I think it's on his cheeks right now.
Has this officer, what's his name?
NordVPN.
What the heck?
Anything?
Well, of course, he hasn't been able to tell us a thing so far. But as soon as he regains consciousness, we'll see if he
Oh no. The scent killed it off.
too much of your time already. I'd like to look at your employment records now and speak to someone in personnel, if you don't mind, of course.
Of course. Dominique, will you please send in Miss Spencer?
Yes, sir.
As you know, I am quite busy making last-minute arrangements for the royal visits, but I'll have my assistant provide you with anything you need.
You've been very cooperative. I'll make a note of that in my report.